Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Remember, hit start over on Twitch because it doesn't
hit
synchronize.
Pokemon Breloom.
I have to
not
hit
a symbol
start?
of
Oh.
Nope.
anarchism.
You mean TikTok?
Nope. On OBS.
Oh, yeah, hang on.
It should just be right there. Twitch
Yeah,
start.
there you go.
To be fair, you don't know which Luigi I'm talking about. Maybe I'm saying free Luigi from Luigi's Mansion. Like,
Yeah.
in King
We all know this.
obviously.
I'm not seeing it. There you
Okay.
go. It's live.
Hey, I just got a notification.
Hey.
What up? It's your boy.
Okay,
Don't
we
worry,
should be
like,
live
our
if everyone can
anarchist-
check on their respective platforms.
Twitch is
I
live.
think we are.
Oh,
Twitch.
I was gonna say something, but I won't.
We're
now.
live.
We're to the audience at large.
Yes.
All right, we're live on YouTube. Curly, what's up, Curly?
Dang, Curly's already in
Damn.
here?
Yeah, Curly
Curly's
been
been
here,
waiting
dog.
for this.
Curly's
Curly's been waiting for this. I said 9 o'clock. This shit is 10 o'clock.
Whose fault is
Curly,
that?
there was a lot of tech. Rich, I don't know. Like
He's not even here.
the people Rich decided to leave in charge.
Which is us.
Which is you, Ryan.
No, I walked in here and nothing was working because I didn't know to hit the power button.
Jack fixed
Exactly.
everything.
Jack did fix everything. Ryan,
Yes.
why don't you start us off?
And cut to us. You know.
But let's. Yeah.
Welcome back to the 716 Legion. I'm Ryan.
Oh, well, it's me. Okay. This is not, I'm Christian, I guess.
Julesy.
I'm Reagan.
I'm Jack.
And today we are ranking Spider-Man movies. Are y'all on different platforms? Yeah, Curly, we're on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. We
As
simul
always.
stream. We're on everything. So hang on.
I don't need this.
Wrap. Yeah. So we're doing Spider-Man movies today.
Oh,
That's what we're doing.
Specifically theatrical release movies.
Yeah.
True that.
That's a good point. Good point. Theatrical release movies
We will
exclusively.
not, unfortunately, we will not be ranking the 1970s Spider-Man, which kind of pisses me off.
And also, we're not gonna.
Made-for-TV movie.
We're gonna leave. What was the movie that you were missing?
I don't remember. No, it's here.
It is here.
Wait,
the
no,
movie's here.
Was it? We're missing
Madam Web.
Madam Web.
Madam
Damn,
Web. Peter
Web.
Parker.
We're not-
The
yeah, we're
one
not doing any of
Peter
the
Parker
Sonyverse
is
movies.
in Madam Web, but yeah, we're not doing any of the
Spider-Man
Sonyverse
is not
movies.
in. Spider-Man
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
in.
yeah.
So what if we... All right, Ryan, walk us through the tiers. What do we have?
I'm so glad you asked if I can figure out what I'm doing. Hang on.
There
right,
you go.
Yeah, messy.
So,
Yeah.
at the top we have Spectacular. Oh, this didn't update. That's a problem.
Well,
Hold up.
it's
It was
over.
close.
Hold up, everybody.
It's so Jover.
We're doing a big fix real
Doing
quick.
it live. Do it live.
Do it live.
We'll do it live.
Oh, now it's not
And
working.
Ryan
and
broke it.
Ryan broke it.
It's okay. It's okay. I can bring it back. It's fine. Everyone relax. I'll put it on me frantically doing stuff. It's fine. Do I have to pull it up? Is that-
Probably.
God.
That unfortunately that might be it because it's
I think it's working.
Yeah,
it's
you're good.
working. Yay! Okay, so we got Spectacular, Amazing,
professional.
Ultimate, Friendly Neighborhood, and the Sonyverse down here at the bottom.
Jesus.
Sonyverse.
Oh,
Why is
God.
it? Where's the hyphen?
Sony-verse.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan,
no.
start us off. Pick the first one.
Pick the first
No,
one.
I have an idea. I have an idea how to start this.
Oh.
If we don't mind it, we don't have to do it, but
Well, Ryan,
don't-
has a whole PowerPoint.
we have a
I
whole
know,
power.
I know, but what is it? But we don't before.
But what if we
probably
ignore
the
it?
blue one.
PowerPoint.
The
I
blue
just wanna-
icon.
This
all
doesn't
the
have to
way.
be the first thing we talk
Yeah,
about.
One more back. There.
Don't know what he's.
Okay,
You said
Christian,
I'm going
talk.
to be walking Ryan through
What
how to
is
use
all
the
right,
computer.
We could either go with what is everyone's like. I don't know if we want to spoil it or not, but like, what is everyone's either least favorite or favorite?
I think that's spoiling it.
I think that spoils it.
What's up, Fearless Fighter?
We'll just
How's it
go
going?
through the list.
Kenneth, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream.
All right.
Hey. Oh, God.
Oh, this is gonna be so good. I think we just go down the list of that Ryan has.
Sure.
Yeah. I think that would be a bit spoilery
So-
because I can't wait to fucking start
Yeah,
screaming.
it's gonna be great.
So
Should've
to
saved those for last.
remind everybody, what we are doing is theatrically released Spider-Man movies.
Gear, what's up?
Both live action and the Spider-Verse movies, and I will be going through them in chronological release order. So to start off
Also,
with,
real quick, we need to specify what is the parameters like that's important.
yeah,
Alright, if
that is important. So how we're ranking them, okay?
How?
things that you are taking into account when you rank them. Okay. Just bare bones quality of the movie.
The objective
Quality.
quality.
Just
of the film.
overall objective artistic quality.
Yep.
That means
Artistic quality. Okay.
that means we're not just saying like this movie looks the prettiest S.
It's
Like
my favorite.
total
so
in
it's
totality,
S.
the acting, the writing, the direction, everything.
Oh, so that means
Okay.
Tasman's already at the.
So you're taking that into account. You can personal enjoyment should be a part of it.
Sure,
If
definitely.
it's a great
Yeah.
movie but you don't like it, you shouldn't put it in spectacular. Okay? And then finally you should also take into account, though not a huge part, you should take into account how it was critically received. So but that also kind of leads into just objectively trying
That's
to
I feel like that's
grade
part
the
of
movie.
Yeah, I think it's part of the
But
objective.
if a
Part of the
movie
first one, yes.
bombed and you're like, does no one understand the cinematic complexity? Like you can't
Why
die
are
on
we
that
gonna do
hill.
that?
Why don't you just fucking
Why
at
don't you
me,
just
dude?
start, dude?
What? I wonder who's gonna
It-
do that.
No, you're setting
what?
the cart before the horse
Okay,
here. Let's
because
start.
Let me just say this.
No, 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 no,
well,
no.
hold on.
Let's
So
start.
no, I'm not going to talk about that. But what I am going to say is like,
Oh my God.
when
You're giving
Reagan and
too
I were
much
driving
power.
here, one of the things that I thought about is like, if I'm going to rank the Spider-Man movies, because like I love all everything Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man, but if I'm going to rank them, like my thought process on it would be like, if I had to line them all up, and I was like, which one am I going to watch? Like, which one do I want to watch the most first? That's how I would rank them. You know what I mean? But that's, I guess, personal
Yes, but
preference.
that is personal preference. But like sometimes we like movies that aren't objectively good.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I like
it has to
plenty
be a
of movies
it
that
has to be a
objectively
melding. It's a melding.
Transformers.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
well, then why don't you
50% one,
start?
50%
Ryan,
I
the
will
other.
start us off.
Start us.
Our first one is the first one. Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire movie, Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe, really started everything off. Fundamentally changed how we approached superhero movies. I would say I'd go so far as to say that.
To be fair,
That
so
poster
it's like
goes
the
fucking
6th
hard.
one.
I think this is an A tier movie.
Yeah.
Well,
let's go down the
but
line.
yeah, well, so my thoughts again. This one sits. I personally have this above Tobey's Spider-Man 2, even though Spider-Man 2 I think is objectively a better movie. This one just speaks to me more. I love Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I think it's arguably one of the best villain castings of all time in a live action product, at least. And it hasn't aged perfectly, but there's still parts of this movie that I think are just far and beyond better than a lot of the movies we get nowadays. And it just really sits in a personal spot that I really hold it very high. But for me, this will probably end up being an A tier movie. So, Christian?
I mean, just it being like a Raimi, like Sam Raimi involved, like his aesthetic is like having a visionary director, like goes a long way for the Tobey Maguire trilogy. Like it just about its bare, but that's why like those movies are so revisitable. And again, like to me, this is like I'm not even like the target audience necessarily because they're like the camp is very purposeful. Like in those films, like the camp is like part of like the aesthetic in that what is Raimi and like the writers and the entire team there was going for. But it also like doesn't play it with like an MCU style thing where it's like it can sometimes it's campy, but like we're not also are not taking it seriously. It's all played. It's very campy, but it's all played straight. These are serious characters.
like
That
a
are like
Muppets
that, like yes, there's some ridiculous bullshit happening around them. It's a superhero comic
Am I wrong?
adaptation, but like there's emotion and you feel the characters and they feel like real people to a certain degree. And I don't know. I think this is in the top like 3 like live action like at the very least. I don't know. Just what are our tiers again?
Yeah, let's remind everyone at home real quick. So if we look back at our tiers here, okay, we got spectacular or S tier at the top, amazing or A tier as number 2, ultimate in the middle, because the Ultimate Spider-Man comics definitely have shooters, but it definitely has detractors as well.
Sure.
Friendly Neighborhood is our street level bare bones Spider-Man tier, and then Sonyverse is where things go to die.
Okay.
And so that's why it's at the bottom. So we
Movies
got
that belong in the
spectacular,
Sonyverse.
amazing,
So
ultimate,
movies
friendly
that
neighborhood,
belong
and
we have one amazing
Sonyverse.
from Ryan.
Yeah, I would put this just real quick. Yeah, I would put this in A or amazing. It is up there, but there are movies that I hold above it from an objective standpoint that makes me want to put this in amazing and not spectacular.
Here's the thing that's gonna come up repeatedly. I don't like too many. I don't think there's been that many good performances as like in totality. I think there's been good individual Peter Parker performances and good individual Spider-Man performances as like the two separate sides of the character. But like I don't think there's been a lot of like great ones. And for me personally, Maguire, like even though he like is going into the aesthetic and he's perfect for the aesthetic, it's like his being anyway. Like even just Maguire himself isn't awkward. Like
Yeah.
he's very similar to his like the character he's playing in a certain respect. Like in interviews and
Really good Peter Parker.
yeah, like it's more acceptable, but I just don't. Me personally, I just don't like. It's almost too much, I guess, for me. Like I don't like respond to Maguire as much as other people. I can objectively look at it and see why people like it, but just to me, so it would not be in the top tier.
Yeah.
Even though I would say like arguably it deserves it, but from like my personal
So more
quirk,
amazing,
it
not
goes down to
spectacular.
amazing
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me. Yes.
All right, Julesy.
It's
Also,
you who's out, Gabi.
also,
Out of his
Julesy.
mind.
Sledge says Julesy has been liberated from the CIA holding cell. Huzzah!
I have. Here I am, back from the dead.
Hey, wait. We're not supposed to say you're resurrected.
Yeah.
That's
He has
CIA.
risen.
I won't.
We
won't
did-
give too many
we did
details,
have
but
to
I was
lose
doing
the
secret
diamond.
government work, and it damn near killed me. Anyway, I love this movie.
I just
It
watched
is-
it yesterday.
It is not of the three of them. This would not be the first one I would go to. The first one I would go to is Spider-Man 2, just because I would consider Spider-Man 2 like almost a perfect movie. But this definitely this one. I mean, this hits all the marks. Like it's the nostalgia. Like he's so good. Toby is so good as Peter Parker in this movie. I love the way that they like establish like when he like the way that they do certain things in this movie just feels so Spider-Man. Like when he puts the glasses on and everything's blurry, and then he takes them off and they're not, like those just little things are like holy crap. Like it really makes you feel like what it would be like to actually experience like being Spider-Man when the transformation actually happens. Obviously, Willem Dafoe is like as Green Goblin is one of the greatest villains in cinema history. Like he's just so fucking good in this movie.
I think let me think. I
Like-
actually I ranked all the villains at one point as part of my theory on how like these movies should be ranked.
Like he's
And I'm
just
pretty
so
sure I
good.
ranked him at like he's my number one in any of the
He's
films.
so good as
Like,
as Green Goblin, and also like the conversation specifically at the end, like right before like he dies, the conversation that they have. Or even the monologue that he gives, like when he's like, you think you're some kind of hero. They'll never respect you. Like that whole conversation is so good.
When he smacks the back of his head on the
Yeah,
rooftop.
I love that. Like this movie's so well acted. However, like there's I guess the one downside for me is that like when I watch this movie compared to the other like Spider-Mans, like Andrew and Tom Holland feel like they hit the Spider-Man more for me than Tobey Maguire does. But Tobey Maguire definitely hits Peter Parker like on the nose. So I would say this is an amazing tier. I love this movie. We can completely forget about the terribly voice acted video game that goes along with this movie.
Oh, no.
Whoa!
I'm going to
Oh
die.
no!
Are you
I'm
gonna
die.
insult one of the best?
Are you going on
game-
tours of rooftops?
Yes. Oh,
Or-
okay.
or
But I
the
would say-
I'm
say
gonna
this movie's
die
gonna go
after
into amazing.
failing the QuickTime event?
So, Julian, you also
I will
vote
also
for amazing.
say this movie's amazing. Yep.
All right.
So, I really love this movie. I could, in some ways, want to watch this more than like Spider-Man 2, but
Yeah, okay, stop.
but I hate both of you. I would like. I do probably like as a personal enjoyment. Might put this over Spider-Man 2, but this
They're pretty equal.
It's
But
sacrilege.
Dog,
This is
I said that like 5 minutes ago and
This
no
is
one
now
reacted.
a popular like thing to say, but I'd like it's basically like 1 and 2 are basically like very symbiotic.
Yeah.
They're
in,
very
like,
synonymous with
how
each
they
other.
work.
Like
Symbiote?
Symbiote?
It could be one or the other. It's really just whichever one you prefer, like the story of.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
they're
like a
so
loop.
basically the
I,
same.
like a
I'm
loop,
a
you know,
huge
just-
fan of origin story movies. That's probably the most
Ooh.
controversial take I think I have.
don't
I
disagree
like
with you.
I like seeing how these heroes begin, and how they portray it. Even if everyone knows how it's done. This movie I really enjoyed. I liked seeing him in the wrestling outfit and as the human spider. So like I
They got
really
my name wrong.
I really liked this.
That's a
movie.
cute outfit.
Um,
Did your husband make it for you?
So
I got you for 3 minutes.
we can the fact that we can
minutes
quote
of
it as much as
playtime.
I want to almost because I almost want to say spectacular instead of amazing. Like I think there's just so
No, it
much
could go up.
about
It
it.
is
like,
very
where-
I think it's
quotable.
just we don't want to put it like something
It's the most
immediately.
quotable of the trilogy.
I'll go and I'll
These
say
things can
I
move.
think this is spectacular compared to some
I mean,
of the
these guys
others.
can
So
move, yeah.
We got one spectacular, three amazing. Jack.
I think it's amazing. I wouldn't put it
All right,
above
next.
2. That's just a personal opinion of mine. I just said it to Ryan, but I do think it's the most quotable of the 3 movies, the 3 Toby movies.
Nah, that's 3, man. What are you talking about?
No, it is not.
Just because 3 has the most memes doesn't mean it's the
That's-
most quotable.
I'm going to put some dirt in your eye.
Ooh,
looking for
You want
forgiveness,
forgiveness?
get religion.
Please God.
Little
I
Goblin
need you to
Jr.
kill Spider-Man.
Please,
Or Peter
God.
Parker.
Kill
I-
Peter
Or
Parker.
Peter Parker. Yeah, I think it's Peter Parker.
yeah, I'd put it in amazing. Enough
All right,
said.
All right, so
I think
it
we're good. Just
sounds
put
like
amazing,
most
brother.
of us are saying amazing.
I mean, it could go up depending on like where everything. Like,
And again, things can change.
Crilly. But now that we have this tier list,
Crilly
we can
on
actually
YouTube-
organize them too.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
we'll-
can
we'll-
sort
we'll
them
sort
in
them
the tiers
in the
as well.
list as well.
Crilly said, as a steady base, this deserves amazing or ultimate.
Okay.
And Sledge says 1 and 2 are very interlinked. This series should have stayed a duology because they are a strong series together. But 3 for me craps the bed so bad that it leaves a stink on the
3's
first
so fun
2.
though. It's so
All
much
right.
fun to
Well,
watch 3.
might as well move on to talking about.
Oh no,
You
hang on,
clicked the wrong one.
I clicked the wrong one.
he broke
Oh,
it.
yeah, come on.
I didn't break
Ryan.
it. It's just
So now-
it's gonna be slow.
Next
Oh,
one.
I wonder what's
He
next.
broke
All right.
it.
Whoa!
Spider-Man 2.
Wait,
So
wait,
are we
wait.
actually- are
Can
we
I?
doing
Can I?
release order?
Oh,
Can I-
hang on.
Can I say that one of my
That's
favorite parts of Spider-Man
unfortunate, but okay.
1 is
That's
when
boring.
is after Peter saves MJ from the parade. And it's Kirsten Dunst. And
Oh, with the dummy.
it's,
the dummy.
it's with the mannequin that's just like this. He's just like it's so funny.
But also, you have to respect like that Christian said it the best when like that it's real characters, like real serious characters in serious moments, but also like the reality of him like standing on the roof and going like Shazam, like that is so fucking funny, dude. Like, oh my god, I love it. Also, organic webs, crazy.
I'll say
Yeah, but
right
that's just 'cause
now,
Raimi's a
I
pro.
think I like web shooters more than organic webs.
Spider-Man 2. So Ryan, or do
So
you
yeah,
want to do
so-
the same order? Or does it matter?
We could just keep going in order. I think that's easiest to facilitate discussion. Unless someone thinks otherwise.
Spider-Man 2.
I mean,
Ryan.
I dislike it, but I'm in the minority. But
What do you dislike?
No,
Going-
the
I think I would rather be more random. But
The
that's
order of-
only
I
the-
can rant. I can. How about this? You guys can
I mean,
just
I'm
leave
the
it up
only
to
one
me.
that's
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, we'll
Just
do it
give
random.
me the
I think
power.
random.
How about
Let's do
that?
it.
We
Let's
should
do
all
it
have
random.
buzzers.
But anyways,
Whoever can hit
my
the mic
my quick
fastest.
my quick thoughts on Spider-Man 2 is I think it's very similar to Spider-Man 1 in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
but legitimately I think there's just a couple things that put it over the edge. I do like that we're out of high school in this movie. I feel like the high school stuff kind of weighs down the first movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At the very least we spend too much time in with that. Like
I would disagree.
being
You
a
don't
part
really
of the
spend a
movie
ton
is
of
good,
time in
Let him
high
say what
school.
he has
but
to say.
I do feel like it is in particular has aged poorly in the main fact that high schools don't look like that anymore, but that's beside the point.
What do you mean? There's 40-year-olds in high school.
So Spider-Man 2 is just it just refines Spider-Man 1 and does everything a little bit better, and Alfred Molina basically takes the baton almost perfectly from Willem Dafoe as a leading villain. And I think that it just truly is the standard bearer of what is a really, really good Spider-Man movie. And the melodrama between him and Harry over Norman's death, and I've got nothing left except Spider-Man. And just like there's so much good to come from this movie. I think it has to go spectacular. I can be argued off that, but I think it has to, me personally. And real quick, one thing I didn't say about Spider-Man 1 when we're talking about quotes, my favorite part about Spider-Man 1 is when Goblin fucking detonates a nuke in the wall and forces Aunt May to finish the Lord's
Yeah, I love
Prayer.
that shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Finish it.
Yeah, that's pretty damn.
That's
That
good, right?
that is one of the best villain moments.
Can we talk about
for me
how
ever.
how
Let's not
how
talk
Green
about the one
Goblin
anymore.
Can we talk about how
Right,
Green
right.
Goblin in that movie had like a disintegration pumpkin bomb and then just never used it again?
That's my
'Cause
favorite
he
shot of that.
forgot
That's my
about
favorite shot
it.
of the movie when he just like disintegrates like 5 like arms dealer like
Yeah.
Alright,
like
So
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
2
2 is where we're at.
Yeah.
So let's
Anyway,
talk
Spider-Man 2. Reagan goes first.
Okay. And I also think that Christian was talking about the random is the order of the movies, not just the random of us. But
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
the
talking about the movie. I'm
um,
not talking about order.
They are unfortunately in release order.
I know. Well, just like you can click through and like go random, but it's the Spider-Man 2 is honestly just not much to talk about. It improves, I think, anything that you have issues with in the first one. I really think it's just like the better and the even if I have personal enjoyments with one more, I think 2 is just the better movie, and it just is like nearly the perfect Spider-Man movie. And I don't have much else to say, to be honest with you. I'm like, I think it could be any of them. So
Keep talking.
yeah,
I'm
that's it.
randomizing.
Oh no, we can see
we're
it.
we're not in the bottom right. I don't think the thing's in the
It's
bottom.
that
right.
he
I
does
just said I'm
purposefully-
It
randomizing
doesn't
it.
need to be like permanent. It's fine.
That's fine.
Um,
Um, cut to
All right, Christian.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like objectively, it's a better film than Spider-Man 1. I would say. I would agree with what's been said before that it kind of polishes a lot of what Spider-Man 1 already did very well. Again, I like Dafoe like on a person. Dafoe is like to me like the actor of like the generation. So like just seeing him in anything is a delight. Especially like in a role like that he's like killing like to that degree. But like Molina is also like it's a legendary performance. Like he's just amazing in the role. Great character actor.
Amazing.
Quiet.
I think spectacular.
I don't know. Just I'm trying to think of what else again. There's some really good like the obviously like him leaving the mask is like a very iconic like shot.
Mhm.
And like there's the melodrama with that. Like we was talking about the Harry stuff before. Even though a lot of the MJ stuff I think is pretty good in that one. Like even like I know it gets frustrating to a certain degree, but it's part of Spider-Man as well. Like they do like he's like missing everything. Like thing very well in that one. I'm glad that we haven't got too much of that in the movies, but I think like it fits very well in like the campiness of like the Raimi ones. So yeah, exactly. I liked. Again, I actually rewatched and I liked Mary Jane a lot more like than I remember liking her. Like
Really?
in those 2 movies, yeah, weirdly enough.
I do
there's a
feel like
couple
I do
scenes
feel
that
like
think she-
Kirsten Dunst got way too much hate.
Yeah, I don't think she like necessarily like-
Personally.
yeah, no, I don't think she necessarily has the look of like Mary Jane. Like she's just not like in like not even in like an attractiveness sort of way. Like she's just like Mary Jane has a very specific like aesthetic like in the comics, and I don't know if she like quite fits
Not
it.
to
Christian, put the mic a little bit closer to you. They're saying
and-
you're quieter than
Okay.
everybody else.
and not to like disagree with that, but like I mean I think
Yeah, it could
'cause
be, like,
I
you
think
talk
Christian Dunst I think is like kind of what I see when I think of Mary Jane. Like again like I thought she acted great. I hated how they wrote Mary Jane in these 3.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And especially and 1 and 2 I really hated the character Mary Jane in these movies. So I don't like
I mean,
it
I was
at
gonna get
all,
into
but-
that as well. I have things beyond just like the superficial things, like
If I can-
appearance, like but
If I can interject.
Yeah, I mean, if I
Yeah,
can,
go ahead.
I think that of the 3 of these movies, this one is the best. Like of Mary Jane,
Mhm.
like the whole wedding bit at the end is really good. Like when she goes to him, and like also like
I would agree with that.
the distance that they have in their relationship. Also, the thing that this movie, like Reagan said, improves upon everything that Spider-Man 1 just like couldn't do. But like you're talking about like improving like cinematically, you're just improving like the web slinging scenes, and like the train scene is incredible when everybody like backs him up and
Yeah,
all those
that
things.
shit.
Like that's a hard
Yeah, that
moment
shit by
just gets
itself.
me
New-
every single time.
New York as
You
a
wanna-
character is always the most important part of
and
Spider-Man.
on top of that, like Pizza Time. Like, come on, man! Like that is
Yeah, that's
so
really good.
good, and like you get, and like I just love
The little kids, yo, how'd you do that?
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables.
You know,
I
and
do a
I
lot
think
of
three-
stretching. My mom's always saying that, but I didn't believe her.
Isn't
Is
that Spider-Man
3 or
3?
2?
I-
Or-
After he almost gets
He
hit by
said
a
pizza
car?
time, so I know that it's
Pizza
No, but
time
that's the
is
pizza
Spider-Man.
delivery.
Pizza time is the guy's like, yo, that guy just stole that guy's pizza.
That's not Pizza Time.
No, that's not Pizza Time. Pizza.
You're
I
mixing
also
up- you're
I
mixing up
also
two different
watched
things. Pizza
Yeah,
Time.
you guys are wrong. Pizza Time is when
Pizza Time's
He
from
delivers
two.
to the
delivering
front
Pizza
desk.
Time's
Yeah.
from
The
two,
kids
isn't
aren't
it?
from 2.
No,
The kids aren't.
regardless
I don't
of
know
that,
if the kids
hold
are
on.
from 2. I fell
But
asleep.
like,
I watched the
this-
beginning of it
I
yesterday.
think I am in agreement that Spider-Man 1, like Willem Dafoe is just so good.
Yeah, I have
then,
Defoe
like,
bias. So
I do have Defoe bias as well. Like Alfred Molina is also there.
He's also
but these
sick.
movies are so synonymous with each other. Like I've never seen a sequel pick up from a movie. Like even when you're talking like Star Wars, like the sequel to this is so perfectly intact with the first one.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I mean, the idea of a perfect sequel to a movie
It's
is
rare.
this movie.
to be fair, we never get to see like this is a very interesting. This is not even really about this film, but it's like one of the best scenes in No Way Home is like specifically when Melina and like Goblin are like talking.
Interacting.
But unfortunately, we never really got actual like Doc Ock because he's already cured by the time like the Goblin comes out. But like that, but so we never got like pure real Doc Ock versus like Green Goblin in that. But there are some great interactions between like there's a great Norman there's a great Norman in like Doc Ock interaction, and there's a good like
But
Goblin
I
like
like-
cured Norman
I also like in this one.
Ock interaction.
There's also another element in this one that I really like, which is that the reveal. He reveals to Mary Jane that he is Spider-Man in this movie, and
Yeah.
that scene is like because they've done that a couple. I mean, they do that in every like Andrew has it, Toby has it, and Tom.
Mm-hmm.
They all have it. But of all of the reveals that he is Spider-Man, this one is like my favorite.
It's the best.
It's the
Yeah.
most emotional.
Easily.
It's the most like when he takes off the mask and she realizes who he is, and he's like still like they're in great peril, and he's like basically saying like just by taking off the mask, like, I'm in love with you, like I'm gonna protect you, don't worry. Like I feel the most comforted by that interaction, but I don't know. This to
I
me
don't-
would be I would put it in.
Reagan, tell us
best.
why Julian's wrong.
No, I just don't. I mean,
I don't think that the relationship is better than other
no,
Spider-Man.
no, but I don't.
That scene in particular just sends me.
I'm glad that scene does that to you. It doesn't for me.
Dang.
Good. Reagan really said, "Good for you, bud."
Like I don't know.
Yes, very
when
sad.
I
Anyway.
rewatched these, I really didn't like the relationship between Toby and Kirsten Dunst. Like I didn't feel like the vibe was as like for like
But
it
they
was,
don't have that great. They don't have that
chemistry.
great of chemistry.
Like, it
they
was
Well,
just-
no, and I can agree with
like,
that.
so
It's
no-
just
so,
that
like-
scene in particular.
but
just
that scene
gets
never
me.
really gets
No,
me.
but I have,
like,
I have
I'm just like,
occasional
I don't-
scenes that I think they have. Like, there's one in one where like they're no, it's in 2 actually. Where at the beginning when she's like when she's like, oh, I'm going to an audition, and then but she's
Yeah.
not. She's across the street.
Yeah,
from, like, the
I
guy.
don't
like
know,
they-
like,
I like
I-
that scene, but like
I specifically and we're gonna move past this because it will get
Yeah.
me hate from a few of the people on this sketch. The reveal scene between Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man, I put over this
that's
every
not the
time.
same like level of
Coward.
I actually totally disagree. We're not on there yet, but that one is like that's not the they're not doing the same thing though.
Yeah, well,
like that's
sort
like
of
this is
quick-
like this is a built up reveal. That reveal is specifically to that like
That
like it or
quick.
not, that reveal is just so
It's that
like
way
so they're
for the
not so
trilogy.
they don't repeat the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
ground
I
that they
guess.
did this time around, and they because they don't want like Peter to do that the same keeping a secret from the girlfriend again.
Yeah.
And instead they make it about Gwen and like their secret.
I don't
in those
disagree. It was
movies.
quicker, but I also felt like it was more romantic, and I liked it.
I
So
can agree with
that's
that.
where it's
I
like,
can
Sure.
agree
I
with
mean, they have more
that.
chemistry, so
I-
like
I
yeah,
can
it's,
agree
you
with
might
it
get
being
that
more
vibe.
romantic. Absolutely, totally agree. I just think that the scene in particular, like in that movie,
Yeah, he's just talking
they're
about
not in grave
this one
peril
scene.
when it's happening. I guess
No.
it's maybe also the stakes of like the situation that they're in.
fair enough.
Like the situation and I think it's
Ooh.
each reveal for each of the Spider-Mans
good, Ryan?
in these movies.
My finger slipped.
I think each reveal to each of the girlfriends in these movies is unique in its own way. Like they all do something different. But I think it hits for like the moment that they're in. But this
I
one
will
in
say
particular is like
minor
they're about
ju-
to die. You know what I
Minor
mean?
jumping ahead, like when you said that they all do something different, I completely agree because Zendaya is the only love interest that figures it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, I do feel like Kirsten had an inkling
Inklings, yeah.
because she kisses both of them,
Or-
and like
and
you can tell
this
she's
is in-
thinking about it. But Zendaya flat out like calls it before he says anything
She
to
goes,
her.
"You're Spider-Man,
And
aren't
this
you?"
is in
No?
2 specifically.
about?
This part's in 2 is the when Spider-Man obviously has quit and he's with Aunt May, and they're doing the garage sale
But
thing,
that whole
and
sequence too is
and
so good.
Aunt May absolutely knows he's Spider-Man. Like it
Oh,
is like
yeah, there's no way.
it is very clear that she knows, and it's
So
that type of
spectacular.
that scene in Spider-Man 2 is so good.
yeah, real quick, I saw this today on Twitter. I think for whatever reason my algorithm knew we were doing this, but I saw this on Twitter when he tells Aunt May in 2 that he blames himself for Uncle Ben's death, and he explains to her everything minus the spider powers, and he's like, I wanted revenge. I let the robber run past me, and he wanted a car, and Uncle Ben said no. And he's like, I've wanted to tell you so much. And he puts his hand on hers, and she very slowly just retreats it, says nothing, and walks away from him. And personally, I think it's Toby's best acted scene. He's very emotional there. Sledge is making this point on the YouTube chat, but Tobey Maguire is definitely a sort of acquired taste actor. He plays Tobey Maguire.
He's good in his sad scenes.
He's
I
very
really
good at
enjoy
very
him in, like,
particular
Yes.
things.
Mhm.
I think maybe his best acted movie is Brothers with
Yeah.
Jake
The
Gyllenhaal.
movie's incredible.
But
Yeah, I've seen some.
that's beside the point. That I think is his best acting. But
friend that was in
in the trilogy, his best acting is that scene with Aunt May. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is after she sits with that, I think that's when she figures it out, because the garage sale scene is after that.
Yeah.
So I think she figures it out when she realizes that he's been beating himself up about Uncle Ben's death, and she starts to piece it together, and I think she figures it out. And I really do like that, and I like that we never have a moment between them where it's stated outright that she knows, but there's a definite shift between 1, the first half of 2, second half of 2, and 3 in how Aunt May like interacts with Peter.
Yep.
And I think it's really, really
Jack,
good.
your
Jack, final thoughts.
I will never forgive Sam Raimi for robbing us of J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man suit, pretending that he's
That
Spider-Man.
deleted scene.
Never. I'll never forgive him.
Oh, I'm sure about that. The scene where like the actually that's the best scene in the movie. Actually,
The deleted
It's not in the movie.
No, not that scene.
He's talking about
no,
the scene where he's like, oh,
the scene where
we-
he's
if
like
only we
reminiscing about
supported
Spider-Man,
him.
and then it just cuts to like them fucking like on the wall, like T-posed.
gone.
Like it's just no. It's specifically
or-
the shot when you see it on
Oh,
the
yeah.
wall is the funniest shot like of all time. Like it's so like
Yeah,
that's like
what's in the
that's like the
wall?
type of thing that even like some of the other films that are gonna be in and around this, like the live action ones, there's 1 or 2 other ones that aren't like Raimi films. Like that those films don't have shit like that.
Are
Like-
so what are we labeling?
I think this is spectacular.
I think this is the easiest spectacular
this
we
is a
got.
spectacular.
All right, let's see if Ryan can figure out how to do this. All right.
I think
Spider-Man
this is a
2,
very
dun,
clear
dun, dun, dun,
spectacular.
Woo!
All right.
Okay,
All
how
right,
do I...
careful, Ryan.
Just click
Careful.
on
Yes,
OBS.
careful,
Just
careful.
click on OBS.
Ah,
There you go.
But then I also have to click on this.
Oh no, you have to do
yeah,
2 clicks.
I gotta click so much.
I'm back.
All right, next.
This is
one.
why PCs are better. All right, I have no idea what's next because I randomized
All
it.
right, next one.
Next movie is Homecoming.
Oh,
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
Okay.
Homecoming.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get my shit off.
Iron
Let me get my
Boy.
shit off. This to me is a very, very good movie. There's very little that's wrong with it. It's in my opinion the third best villain of all the movies with Vulture.
That's not an impossible shout.
It's not. It's not.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way. No argument at all. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's not- there's no one else.
I
There's
will
nobody
listen
else.
to an argument that maybe Alfred Molina's Doc Ock is 1 and Green Goblin's 2, but
I
whatever.
will agree with that.
But those
Yeah,
are
like,
1 and 2.
There's really no
Universally,
argument, so.
let's get that out
One
of the
and
way.
2 are easily set
Okay.
in stone.
I think
I-
anything under that you can start to get into arguments about.
Yes,
but,
I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah,
Threes,
For
I
me-
think. Threes, I think. Ooh, the 3
For
could
me
be.
personally,
There's a couple options.
me personally,
Well, we're not
I
ranking the
think.
villains,
Hang on. For me personally, I think that what's his? Hang on, I'm blanking on his name now.
Michael
Michael
Keaton?
Keaton.
Keaton.
Yeah, Keaton.
For whatever reason, it sounded wrong in my head, but Keaton's Vulture is really good. He's a phenomenal actor. I think it
Yeah.
might be just he carries it so well that it elevates it for me.
He
But
even
he's a
improved
phenomenal
Morbius
actor. He does a
somehow.
great job in it. His motivations are great. He's hypocritical. He's the car scene with him and Liz in the back, and it switches green. He's like, good old Spider-Man.
Yeah, I wish the rest of the movie was as good as that.
Just so well, yeah, we could have that conversation. But
let's
I'm
keep
saying this movie to me is almost exclusively elevated by three things. One, Tom Holland plays a high schooler the best out of all the Spider-Men.
Agreed.
I'm not gonna lie. I really don't like. I don't like
Let's-
Holland
well, hang
1
on.
and 2 of his.
So
films.
I feel like he plays the best high schooler. I think that Vulture's phenomenal and really carries it. And one of the scenes that I keep going back to in my head is when he lifts basically a building off of his back in like the sewers or whatever.
That's a good scene.
And that's such a great scene. The final battle looks great. I really think the visuals are phenomenal. I really like this movie. It's not spectacular. If it's amazing, it's low end of amazing. But for me, this lands at either the bottom of amazing or top of ultimate. And I really can't see it going lower than that because it
Alright.
just has too much good in it. But
Julian,
Julian, I'm going to bop it to you.
Well, no, it's Christian, right?
No, you
No,
can
we're
go
not
ahead.
going in order.
randomizing.
I
Okay,
think
yeah.
that this movie was. I think this movie was a good like proper introduction to this version of Spider-Man. Like obviously we got him in Civil War and whatever, but it wasn't. You know, it was like we just got. It was an Iron Man movie.
It was a
that,
snippet.
Like, they threw him into, and I think that this movie suffers from what I think we're all going to agree with that this movie and Far From Home both suffer from, which is that it's not a Spider-Man movie. It's Spider-Man reaping the
Iron
consequences.
Boy.
Well, it's Spider-Man reaping the consequences of Iron Man.
I disagree.
Disagree.
I mean, that is literally
It is
the
like the
plot
first
of
two,
movie,
the first
though.
two villains of like, and
The
this is an
first
issue
two
with
Spider-Man
every.
villains are Spider-Man villains because he happens to be the one fighting them, but they're mad at.
This
Tony
is an issue
Stark,
with
they're not
all
mad at him.
four MCU
Like-
Spider-Man movies. All four MCU Spider-Man movies do not have a legit adaptation of a Spider-Man villain character. The first two are Iron Man villains that are being like juxtaposed
technically
onto.
3 does.
No, I mean like in the context of no, 3 doesn't count because they're just bullshit new ones. I mean they're just bullshit old ones. It's just nostalgia, guys. It's still good, but none of
Well,
those are
we-
purely.
sorry,
none
but
of
you
those are
didn't-
Holland's.
Okay, well.
None of those are Holland's villain. Like none of those are like an adaptation of like those. Even like 4, which I really really like does not even have like a pure like Spider-Man villain.
I'm not even
Like in the same way that
necessarily
the first 2 Maguire movies do.
My hot take
Vulture's
is
the
my hot take
closest.
is that I
Shoot
don't.
it, wait,
I
Vulture's
don't
the
care.
closest. Vulture is the
Let
closest.
Julian finish his
Because
point.
Yeah.
my thought
My
on this
bad.
is
Sorry
that
about
like I don't necessarily think that this movie is bad by any means. Now, but then again, I'm in the mindset that I don't think any of them are inherently bad. Like,
Yeah, I think they're fine
There's
films.
way worse superhero movies than like any of the movies on this list. But like, I do think that like this movie and Far From Home suffer from the villain is like the motivation for the villain to be the villain is not Spider-Man. It's Tony Stark. And that is as cool as his character is.
It's true.
That's a problem.
It's
I-
not though. What villain in comics or ever becomes a villain because of Peter?
What do you
I'm
mean?
not
It's not
saying
about
that
no.
he-
That's
You
not.
just- that's what you just
That's
said.
not what he's
No,
saying.
that's not
That's
what I'm
not
saying.
what he's saying.
Okay, then I
saying that-
misinterpreted your words because your words were none
No,
like they're
that's
not
very
a
clearly
villain
what he's not
because
saying.
of Spider-Man.
No,
not.
they're not relate. They're not like.
They're not okay. The
Spider-Man's
plot of them is
villains
that-
like miss him by on the street
No, but
corner.
Let's
That's like the point.
Hold on. Let's
Like-
play it this way. Hold on. Let's
Like
let me
one
explain
that
it
with
this way.
Green Goblin.
Hold on,
Like
let-
that's a Spider-Man
Hold on,
villain.
let me-
Like
let
how
me
he
explain it this way.
interacts.
Let me explain it this way. The plot of this movie is
Prowler.
Spider-Man has to fight
The lizard.
crime, not because of anything that Spider-Man is doing. Like Spider-Man has to fight crime because they don't like Iron Man. That's an issue for me. Like the villain, if Spider-Man wasn't in the picture, the villain would just keep on doing the same thing. Like it has nothing to like the fact that Spider-Man is there has no effect on what the
Can I-
villain is
that-
doing.
Can I
That
actually?
doesn't make sense.
It's a
to me.
determination
That makes
from
perfect
him,
sense.
but like
so
it's
like let's put it this way. Take it like you're talking about Vulture. Vulture's whole thing is the Battle of New York, right? His whole thing was like getting all the gear and
Yeah,
the
he
stuff
was
from the
like-
Chitauri
Because he's
and
an
all that
arms dealer.
stuff. No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is like
well, he wasn't before.
No, he was a cleanup guy and he became an
I
arms
think
dealer.
well, regardless. Okay, fine. We'll get off of that then, and we'll move on to
Yeah.
the
No, but
stance that I have. It's like-
I want to defend you a little bit because like I understand what you're saying. Like he doesn't have that classic Spider-Man feel where like Spider-Man's villains, his best ones, are intimately somehow related to him. Like that's why Green Goblin being like his best friend's
I
dad,
don't
Doc Ock
actually-
being his
Let
teacher,
me-
the Lizard being his teacher, the Prowler in Miles's case being his uncle.
No,
Like
yes, I
in
agree
a
with
lot
you,
of
but
cases,
also-
like those are the top tier. There's others. Don't get me wrong. Like not the Rhino isn't fucking intimately
Well, yeah,
related
but
to
no,
fucking
I agree, but it's
Spider-Man.
not- it's not
But
even
like
that.
for a
It's that-
movie though, like those type of villains are going to adapt best.
But it's not even about how they're adapted. It's about
It's not
the
like
fact
he's
that
Liz's dad or anything.
like let me okay, here's I guess the best way I can explain it is like the villain in this movie is doing, you know, the villain things, and you could slot any Marvel superhero into this movie and have them still stop the villain. It doesn't have to be Spider-Man. Versus like when you're
To
talking
be fair,
about
I think the
Green
villain
Goblin-
isn't the biggest problem with this
But if
movie
you're
at
no,
all,
I'm not
so.
saying it's the
This is like the
biggest
third
problem.
or fourth best villain.
I'm saying,
still.
but like if you're talking about like same thing with Mysterio. Like I guess my problem is the
Mysterio I have much more
motivation
issue
for
with.
I guess my problem is the motivation for them being bad as Tony Stark, and they do it twice. And I think that's my issue.
Can you-
Is like
Yeah, that's
So-
he's not expressing an opinion that isn't like widely.
Yeah, yeah,
expressed.
but like, okay, let me say this though. Like,
by a
I
lot
don't.
of people.
The focus on the villain of this one is I never thought I'd be agreeing with these two
I mean, I
on
guess that's
this
my
movie.
focus
Hold
for
on a
both of
second.
them, but-
On this movie, because Far From Home we're not talking about now, and I
To
don't
be fair,
think
we've
that,
gotten onto a niche
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
now. We're not even
And
necessarily
Far
talking about
From
the
Home,
villain
I
being
don't
bad. We're
think
talking about a
is-
specific want.
Far From Home I don't think is like excusable in any way. But I'm not talking about that. We're talking about Homecoming, and Homecoming specifically. I don't care about the villain being the fact that it was from the Battle of New York, and I think that makes total sense. And yeah, it's just Vulture is already a villain by the time Peter is interacting with him.
I agree too. I
I-
just think his opinion is a
I-
respectable. It's an
Yeah,
opinion
but I
that like
don't
if you're a
think it's,
Spider-Man fan, you can have.
I
like-
don't think that at all is nearly any concern I would bring up with Homecoming.
I mean, it's not
think
mine. I'm just
Homecoming
saying. Like,
has so many more problems
yes,
for me.
100%.
Such as
I really
Dozens of
dislike this
problems,
movie.
actually.
Up and the only redeeming part of this movie is when he's underneath the rubble and without the special suit, and you see him like Tom Holland actually gets to act a little bit, and he's like struggling, and he's like, I can't do it, and that scene is great. The whole Iron Man suit esque thing of the fancy suits, I hate. I always have. I think that the overall reliance on Tony Stark in this movie to tell it is too much.
I guess that's what I was
That's
trying
like
to
a whole-
say.
that's-
I
That's the way I'm
think
trying to say it.
that I don't think this is what I would call a Spider-Man movie at all. I
think it's a
really
fine
don't
MCU
care
film.
about
Like,
this.
It's a,
It's a
decent
good
MCU
MCU
film.
movie,
but it's not a
I-
really great. It's not really a great Spider-Man adaptation.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think this is
visually or, like,
Spider-Man. Like, if I wanted to see a Spider-Man movie, and this
And
is gonna
visually,
put,
I don't
this is
think,
gonna put
like,
the cart
these
before the
films
horse
are
for
that
me a
great.
little bit. But like,
Yeah.
if it's a Spider-Man movie, I wouldn't watch any of the first 3 Tom Holland movies. Period. End of story.
That's crazy.
Like, I think
That's a
that's.
hot take.
I don't think so, but like none of the Tom Holland movies really have up until the newest one, which we'll talk about there. But like the first 3 Tom Holland movies just didn't get that vibe of Spider-Man. It was always reliant on something else going on.
I mean,
something else.
I think
what
you're,
I
I
was
think
trying to
the
make with
the
villain.
reliance is being over exaggerated, but like it, I think it's very clear to say that like the dumb like Sony imposed gimmick of like, well, get an MCU character to chill with Spider-Man, like it was
Yeah.
fucking like, and especially with like fucking Tony, who that movie they're paying like 50 mil, and he's like filming like not any of the scenes like with Peter.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess-
Like, and he's
so
just at a wedding,
I'll say one-
like in a different
I
place.
wanna say one
Like,
more
it's,
thing, and then I'm gonna just say my ranking on this. I totally agree with you that this movie and frankly the next one rely so hard on the fact that it's placed directly in the middle of the MCU, and Tony Stark is like such a crucial part of the movie. Like I think that the basically
he should be
the
a little more
plot-
isolated.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a lot less isolating. So it's hard to take.
I don't like
like-
him having an AI. Like, there's
Yeah,
just
I
like.
think that's very difficult. And then the last thing I'll say is this is just a personal issue that all 3 Tom Holland movies before the new one suffer from, which is just like, I'm sorry.
Who was
but
the director of these?
John
Watts.
John Watts. So the Watts trilogy. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
the Watts
call it
trilogy.
as that.
My biggest problem with this movie, and
lot
I
of
had
it's
a
him.
problem with Civil War and all of the other times we saw Spider-Man up until Brand New Day and these movies, is just the CGI on Spider-Man is just
Yeah,
fucking bad in these movies. It's so bad. The suit looks like shit. The swinging is terrible.
when there is some.
The only time that I can excuse like the web slinging at all is when he's in No Way Home, when he brings MJ up onto the bridge. Like, that is the only time that it even looks remotely good. It just is so bad, and it's such a downgrade
Even
from
the
Amazing
all
Spider-Man 2.
three of them swinging together, I think that looks great.
That's different.
No,
That's
I'm
like
talking about,
different.
like, the
He's talking
like-
about the
but, like-
bulk
but,
of
like,
like
if you're talking
the
about like the web
shots.
slinging, like the opening sequence for Amazing Spider-Man 2, the suit, and like the way that they made that look, and the way like just it's such a
It's
downgrade
And let's be
from
real.
that.
No Way, like I like No Way Home. It's better than a lot of these films. But
I
No
like
Way
No
Home was
Way Home.
also made in the middle of COVID. It's not a great looking movie.
Yeah,
Like it's
Yeah.
like come on.
and also
like,
this movie has the same problem that like I think the Marvel movies in general have with Spider-Man is they just don't make them like they used to. Like you look at all the
Yeah.
Raimi films, and they are better action sequences. They look better than anything in the Watch trilogy.
I don't
I
think
would
there's
say this
I don't
can
think
be
there's
the
anything
ultimate for
direct.
me.
I don't think there's anything directorially done in this film visually that like it separates it from like a standard MCU film.
I think that's
Yeah.
a good way
like
of putting it. It's
like
just a good
there's
MCU
no
film,
like
but
there's even
it's
like
not-
the
It's
amazing
not a good.
even the amazing movies, despite their issues that like we'll get to later, like will like have an aesthetic that's like is a bit more interesting to look at and a bit more unique to them than like any of the Watts movies
All right,
do.
I'll take my final vote. I'm gonna put this in Ultimate.
Anyway, Jack's positive. so.
I'm gonna put this
Okay,
in
yeah.
Friendly Neighborhood.
Okay,
Jack
Reagan,
gotta-
Reagan says
Jack
friendly.
gotta talk.
Hang on, real quick. Friendly neighborhood, ultimate.
Whatever the Ultimate's
Ultimate's in the
Friendly
middle.
Neighborhood, Ultimate's middle, Friendly Neighborhoods in the above Sonyverse.
the top of Ultimate. Like,
Okay.
It's close. It's close.
Okay, so
I think it's
two
close to
Ultimates,
what's
a
it called.
Friendly Neighborhood. Okay, Jack, your turn.
I think
Back
this
me up,
mov-
Jack, come
I
on.
think this movie's awesome. I think that it nails Spider-Man perfectly. I think that to like go off of Reagan's point where it's like, oh, he wouldn't like relying on other heroes too much. Like Spider-Man in the comics goes to like every other hero when he needs help. Legitimately, he goes
Fantastic Four more often than
Yeah.
not, but yeah.
even in the old animated series. He's going to other
Bad face.
people and asking other people for help.
They
Like
just ignore it.
I don't think that is necessarily
I don't think bad
to
argument,
the
but
point
whatever.
that she's trying to make. Like,
I think that
Yeah,
like
we keep it like.
it-
Well, how about we argue about this one? It's like no, like where there's a bulk, there's a plurality of like
it's
things.
not
that we
necessarily
dislike.
that
It's not
the
one
character
thing.
is going to Tony Stark for help. I mean, he does it in fucking Brand New Day when he ends up teaming up with fucking Jean Grey at the end. Like, it's or he
Spoilers.
teams up with the Punisher.
Spoiler alert. Sorry about that.
I mean, whatever. Like,
The
it
movie's
happens.
been out 2 weeks. We're past
Yeah,
the
but
three.
also
Past
like,
the
he teams up
threshold.
with the Punisher. It's not necessarily about the team up aspect. It's that for me the plot of this movie is so reliant on the fact that he
I also
is
disagree
a
with
descendant
this.
of Tony Stark, basically.
I disagree.
That is
I
my
think
issue.
I can
think
hear
that-
I can hear that for Far From Home. Like we'll have that discussion for
Yeah.
Far From Home.
I mean, it's
I
worse 'cause it's the
don't
second time
think
as far
it's
from home,
even.
yes.
I don't understand what you're saying about that for Homecoming
I
because
think
Vulture's not fighting Spider-Man because
We're not
of
talking
Iron
about
Man.
Vulture no more. I think that part of the discussion is
No,
not.
but no. Julian just said what I'm talking about. He said say what you said again. So because I'm misunderstanding you because every time I try to reply to
Like,
it,
this is
everyone's
like a
telling me
wi-
I'm
I don't know.
wrong.
Like this is like a pretty like
This is a pretty
widespread.
common
Yes.
opinion.
I'm not.
The-
but
the-
I can have the opposite opinion.
No, I
just
know,
want
but
to
it's
hear
just
it.
like why is I don't understand like they've never been heard
The
before.
plot
Like
of this
I'm just trying to
movie-
understand what he's saying.
The plot of Spider-Man's character in this movie is so heavily reliant on Tony Stark and everything that Tony Stark gives
Yes.
him and everything that Tony Stark helps him with. And basically, the movie, it's basically a team-up movie between him and Tony Stark. Tony Stark is basically almost just as much a character in this movie.
No, I
as-
disagree with that.
I
but
disagree
he's
with
I
that.
only in,
think
like,
I think
three
that's going
scenes.
too far.
That is going a little too far, I think.
No,
He's in, like, 4 scenes.
Sure, he's only in 4 scenes, but like, it's so heavily reliant on the Tony Stark aspect.
Well, I
And
mean,
that's just,
like,
guess,
the-
my
I
issue.
mean,
But anyway, we'll move on
Vulture's
from it
motive
because
is his
I'm-
hatred for Tony
I'm
Stark.
being outvoted on this.
I
Anyway,
think-
Jack,
I think
your
that
tier.
I well, I
Well,
wanna,
he hasn't-
I
he
wanna
hasn't
say some
discussed yet.
stuff.
Yeah,
say your stuff.
I disagree that this movie heavily relies on Tony. I think that he's an
Well.
aspect of the film. But like I agree with Ryan. Like Vulture is a villain because he got screwed over, and he's and going off of Christian's point, like he's a villain and he becomes a Spider-Man villain because Spider-Man gets in his way. Like
which is true to the comics.
And not to,
That's fine.
and I don't like to have fact that I have to agree with this, but I do. I honestly don't have an
Like,
issue with Vulture.
I understand.
I
I don't
really-
either. It's the best part of the film.
Don't-
I
have an issue
really
with
don't
Vulture.
have a
I
like
by
issue
by
with,
some distance.
with Vulture being like
He's the only outstanding
related
part of the film.
to Tony Stark in any way. I don't care. I really don't have that complaint with this movie as much as I do from like Far From Home.
And obviously, by the
and,
end of
and
it,
I
they,
conceded that.
yeah,
But
yeah. And by the end of it, they do get to the thing that I was talking about with like the it's in and around the families because it's like they do have the big reveal, which is the best scene in the movie. So that is the stuff I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
you know, just the initial like stuff isn't like quite as there's not that like prior connection that like a lot of people like really want, and like I think that like really works in these type of movies.
and I understand that, but like Vulture isn't that like in the comics.
No, I know, but it's
so,
just like
so it. But like with like Green Goblin,
I'm
and,
not
like,
doing this as an adaptation.
Doc
This
Ock.
isn't me talking about an adaptation. This is me talking about what I would like, the type of most Spider-Man movie I've watched way more Spider-Man movies in media than I've read comics about Spider-Man. The type of stories I enjoy with Spider-Man are ones that have a bit more like actual personal connection and a little bit of camp and soap opera-ness and like the little like even like the Maguire stuff. Like it's a little too on the nose. Like the passing each other on the corner like bullshit. Like and not knowing and
Does
a bunch
that
of like.
happen?
Yes, in plenty of films. Yeah. Not like I'm not passing each other on the corner. Isn't like the specific thing
not
that
bad.
I'm saying. but I'm just I'm
got
saying it as
the,
like an
the
allegory.
spy
yes.
versus spy thing,
Yeah.
where it's like
And-
they both know. but
Anyway,
they-
yes.
Yeah.
We're
So
been on this one too long.
We keep cutting off Jack, so
guess so.
apologies.
I think that this, me personally, I think that Tom does the best with his Peter Parker and his Spider-Man. I think that he nails every aspect of both of them. And I think that this movie is him finding his footing. It's him getting out of the shadow of other heroes. And, like, he's becoming his own hero. And I think that it was a good first film for him. Do I think that it's the best Spider-Man movie ever? But no. But I do think that this is a good Spider-Man movie. And, like, I would put this in amazing, but I'll concede to a high ultimate.
Okay, so to recap, it sounds like we've got Jack and I are basically the same ranking, but it sounds like we have 4 ultimates and 1 friendly neighborhood.
Yeah.
So that's pretty for me. That's pretty solid enough to just flat out make it.
Yeah.
If I can find it, there we go. That
And again, to be fair,
In
I
the
have a
ultimate.
bias against all of the Peter
Pretty much
Parker
right away.
high school shit, but because I just can't tolerate it. Like I think the like his like Ned and Zendaya are fine, like they're good, and like the love interest is fine. But like
Also-
all like those other supporting characters just want to make me want to like fucking.
Let me just say
like-
this. Let me get off this quick rant here, just because it is the biggest,
Yeah.
one of the biggest assaults on Spider-Man in general, in my mind, that come from this movie. I love Ned, but he is just ganky ripped from
That is-
Miles
that is
Morales,
very true.
just because they wanted to have that type of character. I dislike the fact that they just were like,
The
oh,
movies love doing
Miles
this.
Morales, like Miles Morales is popular and Genki is a popular character. Let's just rip that and make it.
To be
Ned.
fair, a lot of movies have
It's-
loved doing that. Like, I mean, even like DC when they were adapting Flash, like they just stole all of like when they adapt Barry Allen for like live action stuff. Not the show as much,
make
but
him
like,
more
but
Wally.
they just take all of Wally's qualities.
Yeah, it's
like and just give them to
I
Barry.
just
like, and they do this.
I
This is a
don't
common thing
mind-
that happens.
I don't
like,
mind Ned in this movie, and I don't mind Ned in the MCU Spider-Man
But if you have that
story.
pre-existing
But like,
knowledge,
it's just
Yeah, I mean, Genki
assaulting.
is just such a good character.
so it's just
Yeah.
I just
so
have to
it is
call that
biting
out.
a Miles thing. Yes.
Yeah. So that's it.
All right, now we got
next?
So before, just real quick before we jump to the next, I want to read a couple comments.
Sure.
First off, shout out to all 11 people that are watching us on YouTube
wow.
right now.
That's pretty good.
What up?
It's mostly Krilly, Sledge, and Nicholas Lopez commenting.
Oh, nice.
But a couple of Sledge's comments that I wanted to read.
Sure.
Krilly's jumped in a couple times. He kind of is in the same camp as Christian and Julian. More so Julian, but Christian and Julian. Sledge is firmly in the Ryan and Jack camp.
As the
Sledge
correct-
says, for me, Spidey disconnected from the Marvel universe just never feels like a full Spider-Man movie.
I'm not talking
It's-
about like.
it's the-
disconnected, but-
He's not replying specifically to your points. I'm just reading his
Yeah, yeah,
comments.
yeah.
It's the being wired into all of Marvel that makes Spidey feel like Spidey. Spidey for me is
Thor does
the heart of the Marvel universe, and that only can happen when his story interweaves other Marvel characters beyond just his core pals and buddies, which, again, to be fair, neither Toby or Andrew's films had that opportunity because of rights, but what feels like a Spidey film isn't an objective thing. So I get if feeling it's a solely Spidey story is what makes it feel like that for someone. That's fair
Yeah.
too.
Makes sense.
I guess another
Um,
way I could say it is Iron Man feels in the film because like there was a contractual obligation for Iron Man to be in the film.
I
Like-
don't
like,
Well,
get
it's-
that.
I
like-
disagree with that because
Like that's like to
it,
me.
it naturally follows from
No, I get
Civil
it.
War though.
I do agree, but another thing this is my last thing because we probably need to get off this movie. Like
need to move
I,
on to the
then this is not even a universe. This is like a
What's up, Kevin?
this is a problem with cinematic universes to a degree. Like Peter Parker in this film to me, and I've thought I remember like coming out of this film and like with my brother and my dad, like back when I watched it the first time, and we all had the same thought. How was this the same guy that we just saw in Civil War?
Mhm.
There is a disconnect between, and this is like not a necessarily problem that affects this movie, but like if you do know the wider shit, like Peter feels like he's been like reset or something, that he's been like winded back in like both like at least in capacity of like what he's able to do. Like it doesn't feel consistent into like what we just saw him do like months, like a year earlier.
You
Yeah.
talking
Like, and that's a-
skill-wise?
I can agree with you.
Yes, like the entire the go from like
That-
literally
I agree with
combating
that.
all of
I'm
the
not- I
Avengers
just
to then
wanna say.
like the first like really like honestly like underwhelming scene of him like just swinging around and like dealing with like little shit and like not doing and like
I
tripping and shit. Like
love
one of the
that
first things is him
stuff.
like tripping and shit like on
I
like
can't
something
remember.
slipping, like if I remember correctly, it's like okay, like how new is he? Like he's been doing it for 8 months. He just fought the Avengers. Like it's like so
He's
I don't
just-
know.
Yeah,
like
I can understand what you're saying.
No, I
I remember
We
yeah.
need to move
I
on.
love
That's not
him
even a
doing-
thing that affects this movie because
that,
it's
that
only
to me is
because
what
it
makes
exists
him
in
a
a way.
Spider-Man. Like he's doing friendly neighborhood shit. Like he's helping an old
No,
lady.
I get that.
find-
It's just how it's filmed.
That's not what
Yeah.
Christian's talking about
Yeah,
though.
it's how it's filmed.
I think, I agree with Christian in that sense. Let's do the next movie.
Yeah, next one.
All right, next movie. I have no idea what it is. Let's see. Oh god.
Oh
Garbage.
God!
Garbage.
All right.
God!
Garbage.
So we went from
This is
an
a good. That's why I
argument
wanted
to
to
an argument.
randomize.
We went from an argument to an argument. I'ma just go ahead and
I'm gonna take a break from it.
we're gonna have to really restrict ourselves to just we're gonna have to go in an order.
Can I go
to just
first?
give
Yeah, let
thoughts.
Jack go first.
Oh my God.
All right, Jack, go for it.
Hold tight, Julian. We gotta hold
This
tight.
isn't the worst one.
I think that until Brand New Day, this was the best looking Spider-Man movie ever. It is absolutely gorgeous. I think that Andrew is like he acts his butt off in this, but what brings this down for me is that it is just a bum story. Like there is so much going on in this movie and it is too much.
Real Last Jedi vibes, actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, identical things that I
And-
like. That again, people love to overlook aspects of the story that are on the script for aspects they like. You know.
I think that what like even the actors have come out and said that they didn't really like how it came out. I think that even the trailer, which like marketed him fighting Rhino like
I forgot about
hardcore, and then it was the last section
greatest
of the
adaptation of
movie, and then
Rhino.
there was nothing more about it. This isn't like when I go to watch a Spider-Man movie. This is not.
Look
the
at
one
these
that
three
comes to
bums on
mind.
this poster, bro.
I,
Like, look at
I
them-
also do think that this is the worst adaptation of Green Goblin that we've ever gotten.
Oh, that's without a doubt.
I mean, yeah, this is.
That's
I mean, no,
We've
Goblin's
only
the
gotten
worst.
two,
He's the
though,
worst.
so-
He's the worst live action villain.
I would agree with that.
And
yeah,
and and like Rhino's like second.
Somehow
And-
Rhino's
it's like
better than
Electro's
Green
the
Goblin.
best. Electro's the best of the three. Like think about that. Like think about
Like they gave Jamie Foxx a chance to redeem himself, and I think that they nailed it with that.
Yeah, I like that version. That version.
But like this version of Electro is,
There's positive things to say about this movie though.
there are like I said, I think that it's gorgeous. I think that Andrew and Emma are great.
Yeah,
in
they're
it.
so good. It's the best part of the movie by the long distance. Like their relationship is
their
what,
chemistry
yes,
is
they have-
really good.
She's the best love interest by far in any of the movies. They have the most chemistry.
I like
Their relationship. It's like it's almost like I would say the relationship stuff between like 1 and 2, like is like in the same way of like they go together quite well in the same way like some of the like Maguire stuff goes to 1 and 2.
I liked the PTSD for Peter in this movie with him and her dad.
That's not bad. I don't mind that.
It's really just like the main story that I'm not a really big fan of, and it's like I can boldly say that I can probably give a one-word description for each Spider-Man movie. I don't think I could give a one-word description for this movie. I personally would put this in with Friendly Neighborhood. I think it is the weakest.
I'm gonna give my thoughts very quickly.
Sure.
Just because I know where this is gonna go once I move on to Julian and Reagan. It's the worst Spider-Man movie.
No.
Fuck off.
It's
Fuck off.
it's-
No.
It is.
No.
It is absolutely not.
It is
It's
the
the second
worst.
one.
It is
Come
not.
on.
It is
no,
not even the second.
no,
It's the
no.
Wait, just let him finish.
No.
Let him finish. Let him
No.
finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him
Stop.
finish.
It's bad.
it's
so
it is
bad.
the it is the worst it is the worst non-racist Spider-Man
There you go.
That's
live
true.
action
Actually,
movie.
Lotus is on. This is the third word. My bad. I apologize. I was wrong.
It's
I was mistaken, guys. I apologize.
the only
You could probably convince me it's better than the first one, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
okay.
Like,
Hang on. I said I was just gonna give my thoughts quickly and then bounce this back. So let me get through it.
Your
Then
inside
cut to
thoughts-
fucking-
It can go up.
Uh,
You know.
I can understand. So let me caveat this. For me personally, it's the worst Spider-Man movie.
think Rotten
It's
Tomatoes would
for
agree with
me watching it not enjoyable. Felt like homework. I didn't watch this. It came out. I don't think I watched this until after Far From Home came out. Like I waited so long to
Really?
watch this
Interesting.
because it was just so universally reviled when it came out
I mean,
that I
yeah.
had no
There's
interest in
been a lot of
seeing it.
revisionist history about it.
And like,
I mean, this is the reason the Sonyverse.
Hang on,
this is the
hang on,
reason
hang
the
on, hang on.
Sonyverse exists. Is
well,
the film.
yes, it is.
It is true.
But
It's like-
it's
It's the reason Spider-Man's with Marvel.
It has there's nothing about this movie that will ever make me want to rewatch it. There's nothing about it I want to return
There's some
to.
good stuff.
The best part about this movie to me is Gwen's death, and I think they fucked it up. Like
Oh,
I think that it's
interesting.
not
I don't. Even I don't agree with that, but we'll
Just
see.
like
Finish up.
Okay,
Like-
stop talking.
I just
now
maybe-
you're just rage baiting.
no,
not.
I
We're
just
not.
I
It's
don't
not.
think
Yeah,
it's a
we're
good.
talking a little
Okay,
bit.
when I say they fucked it up, I mean from an adaptation point of view, like from her death in the comics. I don't like it.
I mean,
I
it's
feel
not
like it
work-
doesn't
I mean,
hit
it's
the
not
same
worked.
notes.
It's not necessarily worked in because Goblin. I think I understand what you're saying. Is it because you don't think Goblin has worked well into the narrative?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then yes,
like,
that's
because her
completely
death.
correct,
Her
yeah.
death is important because of how it connects to Green Goblin and how Green Goblin connects to Peter.
And there's no connection.
and
between
and
Green
it
Goblin
doesn't
and Peter.
work
because it
like her
drops
death
into
is
the movie out of
tragic.
nowhere.
Don't get me wrong. I just
Yeah,
said it's the
it's well
best
shot.
part.
It's
I
very
just
well
said it's
shot.
the best part of the movie.
Mhm.
So I'm not
the end's the
shitting
best
on
part.
her death. I'm saying it's the best part, and it doesn't even hit perfectly for me. The whole movie just feels
Yeah,
like
that's just his opinion.
just I don't know. It just doesn't
Green
appeal
Goblin
to me in
shouldn't
any
have been a
way.
part of the movie.
It looks good, you know.
Yeah, it's a great looking,
Sure,
amazing looking.
But
film,
for
yeah.
me, and this might be my hot take with movies, is like I'll take a movie that looks worse and is fun to watch than a movie that looks great and is buns to watch. Like I want a cohesive story more than I want.
yeah,
Wait,
that's
done yet?
that's most.
Yeah,
I think I agree with that
visuals.
as well. Yeah.
Can you be done?
All right,
Cut to me, please.
everyone. Reagan's gonna tell
Now
me
we
how
know,
wrong I
right?
am.
Everyone
Yeah,
stop
no,
watching
all right,
now.
no. You guys are all fucking insane. If I think of any Spider-Man movie I want to watch, I watch this one.
That's crazy.
This
That's
Amazing
disgusting.
Spider-Man
That's
2
fine.
is a fucking great movie.
It's not.
And I am sick and tired of every single person
What's the opening scene? like,
trying to
Reagan?
hate on it.
What's the
It's
opening
just him
scene?
falling from a
What do you mean?
skyscraper.
No,
What's
it's
the
not.
opening scene?
What's the
It's
opening
that's
scene?
not even
Oh,
the
that's
opening
right.
scene.
That's correct. You are correct. It's
I mean,
So,
right,
like,
I'm sorry,
okay,
Reagan,
but
go.
like
I
the
wanna let you talk.
actual
My bad.
plot
I
of
apologize.
like you were like the plot sucks. Like the plot is about the Electro. It's 90% just Electro, and it's also the love interest between Peter and Gwen. And yes, I agree. I can agree 100%. This Green Goblin is the worst villain, period, of Spider-Man that we've gotten. Not including Spider-Man Lotus, that piece of shit thing.
Yeah, but I've
But
never
like
seen
this
it,
is
yeah.
it's the worst villain, and I can agree with that while also saying everything else about this movie is bomb, and I can overlook that villainous thing
You can
because it's
overlook
not.
the back half of the movie just
'Cause it-
because you like it.
No, because it's not like it's not the
It's-
biggest part of it.
He's
It's
slapped
mostly
on
still
at the
Electro.
end, and but he's not.
But
He,
Electro's
like,
also like not like that, like
I-
compelling.
I
It
need to.
is.
Oh my god, I
It's
so
not.
disagree.
No,
need
I
to-
feel like I'm like Electro's like what a screenwriter like thinks like a lonely person is. Like it's like a
Oh my
fake
God.
guy.
I think it's
Like, a
it's
fake
like-
guy.
It's a dude
It's like
that
a
is going through a lot and struggles.
Yeah,
And,
but he's
like,
not. But I don't think it's handled
not.
with
and
tact.
I
at
don't even
all.
think he's mentally. No, but I don't think he's mentally.
No, I'm not saying
well.
that. I think no. You don't have to be mentally to like be a very, very lonely, isolated like person
I
like what
think-
Electro is, or to be like that. But like, I just feel like it is like such a like a sad, like an over like the. yes, I'm sure every type of person exists. Like, don't get me wrong. And there's I'm sure there's a guy that's exactly like that that's out there, and I feel bad for that person. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't. And again, I understand it's not me saying like Spider-Man sitting down and talking to that guy. That all makes sense.
It doesn't
Like,
help that it's Jamie
he talks to
Foxx.
100 people a day.
That they try
Like,
to make
yeah,
like,
it's miscast. Is
ugly.
one.
Well,
like,
can I jump in?
Go for it.
Can I
Sure.
jump in here? This is hands down my favorite Spider-Man movie. Like,
Good for
it
you.
Just I understand.
I'm glad you love it. I genuinely am.
I understand that people hate it, but if I can, I totally agree. I think that the Green Goblin is like the worst. He's just bad, and I think part of it, if I'm being completely honest, I think part of the reason the Green Goblin doesn't hit in this movie is because Dane DeHaan is so bad. Like,
And it's also
he's
it's
horrible.
also just slapped on at the end for like.
But
for
it's just
real.
all the Oscorp stuff is bad. Like,
Well,
that's the
but I
issue.
think-
like,
I think-
in
hold on,
Norman's
so just-
bad.
let's
Yeah,
just
go
say,
ahead.
like,
Go ahead.
I think that like if I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna look at all the Spider-Man movies, I'm gonna go, which one do I want to watch the most? This is the one I go to, and it's because every single character in the movie except for Green Goblin. When I was a kid and I watched it, I related to every character in this movie except for Green Goblin.
and Rhino.
Well, Rhino is just like in the movie for 2 minutes, but like, you know what I mean? Like Peter Parker is so relatable in this movie. His relationship with Gwen, I fucking idolized
we have no
their relationship. When I was a kid, I was like, if I'm gonna get into a relationship, that's what I fucking want. That kind of like love that's written into this movie. But I relate to the loner aspect of fucking Electro. Now, I do agree. Do I think that Jamie Foxx was the right person to play this character? No, and I think they did like do a way better version of Electro in the No Way Home with Jamie Foxx. But but the character itself, like when I watch this movie, I don't watch it and go like, you know, when you see characters in movies and you go, oh, that's Jamie Foxx, or oh, that's Tom Hanks. Like, I watch this movie and I see every single actor as the character. They fucking acted their asses off in this movie. Like, the acting is so good. And to quote what you said, I'm sorry, but this is way better fucking looking than Brand New Day. Like, I understand that the cinematography in Brand New Day, it's newer, it's innovative, they used film, this movie was shot on digital, but like, cinematically and fucking like the visual effects and the
Yes, the
swinging
suit
and, like,
still looks the
literally,
best in this
is
than
the
anything.
best
I agree with you on
looking
that.
Spider-Man we have ever seen. And
I think there's a couple shots that get over relied
and
upon for
now,
arguing that point. But yes.
I will confidently say that like the Green Goblin thing, I can attest
mean,
to
like,
what Ryan is saying.
It's at the end of
with,
another fight.
well, right.
like,
And
it's
what I
like-
can say is I can attest to what Ryan said, which is obviously like in the comic, Gwen's death being directly related to Peter's relationship with the Green Goblin is so important. But in this movie, that death scene is so fucking incredibly well done that it literally just makes me overlook the fact that Dane DeHaan is so bad. Like, I cannot watch this movie and I wait, like I long for that scene where he is crying over her.
Yeah,
like
it is
so well done.
tragic and
like
perfect.
I have
Do we
never-
remember when I said it was the best part of the film?
No, I get it.
Yeah,
What
like
I'm
this
saying
is like this
what
is
I-
you're arguing the points that we already kind of agree with.
No,
like
no,
our
I-
point is that there are other things that like
I'm-
we
but
like
also,
we
like-
grade things
but if
differently,
you're
I
talking
guess.
about plot,
because
though, also
That's fair.
like
Like,
I hear you.
It's like-
people talking about how
Hang
like,
on, yeah, I hear you.
people talking about how like Electro isn't likable. Like it's so.
I mean, he's a little
but
over
I
the
love
top.
him. Like I think that like the fact that he was just like a loner guy that wanted to be noticed, and he gets saved by Spider-Man one time. Spider-man saves everybody.
Electro's the police's fault.
Everybody
by the
gets
way.
one.
It's because they
It's
sniped him.
absolutely the
That's
police's
true.
fault. But like, the fact that Electro develops
Gotta
his
blame the
character into
police.
this hatred of literally everybody because he wanted one guy to notice him, and he forgot who he was, and that causes the whole scene to just like the scene in New York when
But-
they do like the red stairs bit and the glass.
But
and
he
the
doesn't
fucking-
forget. He remembers who Max is. He says, "You're Max. Like I remember you."
Well,
and the
right, but
only
it
reason
takes, but there's a moment in that scene where Electro is having a conversation with him, being like, "You don't remember me," and
Yeah,
then it has
and
to
also,
To be fair, I
like,
don't even think he
the
did.
like
so
Electro and
realistic to
Electro's
being
villain
a
is just
loner, like
Electro's villain is just a mentally ill person at this point, and he is struggling. Like the birthday he gave himself and stuff like it is obvious that he needs help.
I thi-
He needs
Yeah,
help
I just don't think it was
way
handled with the
more
right tact.
than he needs help way more than Spider-Man can offer. And
Yeah.
it is
Well, yeah,
it
agree
is
with that.
so good to have like that character and have him lose it like that
and also
because of
Sorry.
Oscorp's
Yeah.
like over their entire like overreach with and trying to bury
Cover it
under the
up,
rug,
yeah.
like, and all of that is good. I honestly,
That's
the
all
only
such
thing of
good
Oscorp,
motivation for him. Like,
the only thing on Oscorp I don't like is this specific Green Goblin being Harry right away and like having it like that. I don't like how it's like that.
I think
but-
Harry Osborn is the worst. He's the arguable. He is. It's not even arguable. He is the worst part of this.
If you take him out,
If you
it's
take him
good.
out, it's
No, there's
fucking
no.
incredible.
You're also forgetting. There's no because there's two bad arcs. There's also a bunch of like this. This movie opens with the death of Peter Parker's parents. Like if you like, I'm sorry, but like any Spider-Man movie that's focusing on Peter Parker's parents at all, like doesn't understand its mythos.
Especially
Like
if you
there,
don't have
nobody
a
gives a
wider
fuck about
universe
them.
where, like, 'cause,
Nobody
like,
gives a fuck about Richard and May Parker.
90%
Like
of
they're the least important part of his mythos, and like.
They hit on it in the first movie. They were clearly trying to.
Yeah, but
introduce
it's
it, and they nailed
bad.
it in the first
Nobody
movie.
cares.
But
Like
it-
nobody
no,
wants
but,
to hear
like,
about the
scene-
CIA agent like
the-
fucking parents
fucking-
dying in a and like
Let's not talk about
only
the
I
villain
can
scene,
only
'cause that-
Peter can be
yeah,
the Spider-Man.
Well, no, I want to bring that up. I want to bring that up
okay.
right now.
Delete
Only
scene,
the
fine. Let's talk
deleted
about it.
scene.
It's so
the
fucking
deleted
good.
scene is so bad.
Yeah, that
It's
shit-
so good.
No, it's so good.
to
Of his-
have
of
Peter's
his
dad
dad?
be alive.
But
Yeah.
then but just like I'm sorry, maybe it literally is Andrew Garfield's acting in that scene. But when he grabs him by the fucking collar and is like, "Where were you? Like I did my whole life
Yeah, that's
without
fine,
you.
but there's no
Where have you been?"
But, like,
There is context.
No,
the
no,
opening
no,
scene of the movie is context.
Yeah, he's more. Yo, I'm glad he survived the fucking plane crash.
But
Like,
again,
I'm glad he
like,
survived.
and they had so much potential to
Like
do
it's just like
another one after
Peter's
this.
parents should just not be like Peter's parents shouldn't be the scientists that made the fucking spider that it only can bite him and turn him into a
Okay,
Spider-Man.
I do-
Like
We can talk
and like
about that.
Peter's
We can talk
blood
about
being
all
the
of-
thing,
we can talk
and Peter
about all
would
the
give his
fucking
and Peter
happenstance.
would give his blood. Like that's not a thing. Like a real Peter Parker would give. He does it in the comics a
I
bunch of
do-
times.
I
The whole
do-
point
He's
of
like,
him
this guy's
not
gonna
giving
die,
the-
I might as well
wait,
give
wait,
him it,
wait,
he's
no,
gonna-
No,
he
because
would.
The whole point of him not giving the blood
Yeah.
is so. It's the same. It's basically the same fucking thing that we just dealt with. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. What?
Instead, you give
what-
the blood. He dies easy. He fucks up anyway. But this time, he's not
What,
mad at
there
you
was
for like
literally
not
a movie-
give the blood.
No, and also to be okay again, like that giving the blood thing, like again, like in that scene, it really isn't. I'm not gonna give you the blood. It's I'm not giving you the blood right now until we know what it's gonna do to you, because he thinks
I
of him
also-
as a
Yeah, for
friend.
sure.
I also,
like,
I
like
also really
it's
want to
Peter
put,
Parker trying to protect everyone at all times,
I
and
also
that's the critical
really-
flaw.
I get it, but
really-
there's examples
I
of him
really
just kind
want to.
of like.
I really want to touch on this.
Peter's kind of
I
reckless. That's
do
what he should
not
be.
like that both of these movies are so focused on Peter Parker's blood. I think I do not
Honestly,
like.
yeah.
I
I
do
kind of-
not
I kind
like
of
that
agree with
it's
that.
like Peter, you're magical. Like we made.
Well, I don't like that only Peter's bloodline can be Spider-Man. I think that's inherently bad.
Like I think that it's a much better story if
I don't know if
oh,
that's the
I'm sorry.
deleted scene or not.
If
actually.
I think
I
that
don't-
it's such a better story if it is like just a perchance thing.
But see, like I still see it as a perchance thing. I like even the when it's like yes, the whatever the dad did to in the first talk about the first movie a little bit. The whatever the dad did to hide this thing from Oscorp, because that was the whole point, was
Sure,
that Oscorp can't be trusted with this. He hid it in his own child's genome or whatever they did to make this
Well, it's not
work.
even
Don't
that. He
even
put the
remember the
he put the
story?
human DNA and the spider DNA, but
Well,
the
like-
only DNA that spider DNA.
But
can
like
react
again,
to
it's
is
like the
is the
I
spider
think he
DNA.
used it as just a key,
No,
as
I
a
get
key
it, yeah.
card
It's like-
to effectively keep that away from Oscorp. And I still don't think like it's restricting other Spider-Man from existing. It's just not other Spider-Man from that specific spider. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Otherwise, the last criticism I have is like it's obviously like so Sony saw the Avengers happen 2 years earlier and was like, well, what if we introduce?
The
Or like,
Sinister
what if we
Six.
like, what if we just like try to introduce like a bunch of shit? And that obviously also drags. The
Yeah,
film
and
down
it's
when it
also a
pops
back
up.
door for the Sinister Six,
Which never
like
happened,
how
obviously.
does that fit into this movie at all?
Well, they
I-
didn't fit
I
into
do
this
think-
movie.
They
They're
do-
going to set them up for the next one.
Like
Well,
there
but
are
hang on,
three
hang on.
characters in this movie that directly tie into the Sinister Six.
I think the biggest
Maybe
thing,
our goblins
if I
would
can,
use this
if I can jump in for a second here, I think the biggest thing for me is, in regards to what Jack is saying, is like movies backdoor things all the time. Like I don't inherently hate that. I just think it's not done well. It's not interesting to me.
It's very
there's
transparent what they're
nothing.
trying to do.
There's nothing plot thematically. I've already been over this. It
Yeah.
looks gorgeous. All that.
It is
There's
very
nothing
beautiful
thematically
movie.
meaty there's nothing here that speaks to me
Let's
philosophically.
go through and do our rankings.
or like meta commentary. Like there's no commentary. It's just it just looks good. They made a movie and they smashed figurines together.
Let's
and-
do our
Can't fucking
rankings.
agree with you,
Let's
but
just
we'll
do our
move on because
rankings.
We're never gonna. When
Get-
we-
let's
Christian,
into it.
start us off.
What are our rank? Can I see the ranks again?
Maybe.
Spectacular, amazing,
It's not the-
ultimate, friendly neighborhood, and Sony.
It's not in the Sonyverse. I think it's better than. I'd rather watch this shit than like Madam Web or like Morbius.
Agreed.
I don't know. Just we can put it in. What's it called? I don't mind. Again, I don't like hate this film. I think there's like I think like I understand like I like completely understand the parts of the movie that like and I like that they're really like have expressed that they like those are genuinely some really top tier stuff just for my own way that I view movies, like, you know, just having like one if there's other storylines that aren't vibing the same way, that pulls down films for me, and there's 3 or 4 different things that pull this down. You can put it in ultimate though.
Okay,
Ultimate.
we got one ultimate. Julian.
Spectacular.
That's
I think
crazy.
It's so crazy.
It is literally my favorite.
Reagan?
Spectacular. It
I
is
mean,
the
these two
best.
are gonna drag it down.
Friendly neighborhood. I'm not. It's a bad Spider-Man movie.
So that cancels out
It-
me and yours, and then it's.
If it were up to me, this would be in Sonyverse.
So
I had
that
more-
would
I
cancel-
had-
I'm being a little nice.
So then
but I don't-
Ultimate
I
is the
haven't-
lowest it can go.
I also haven't watched this movie recently.
I have
Oh,
never rewatched
I
this
have.
movie.
I've watched this a couple times. To
So
try to
I'm
get
being
back
a little
into
bit
it.
nice. And again, I remember
not like
really,
it.
and again, I agree with, and again, I'll like this thing. The fucking Gwen Peter shit is so fucking good. Like, I understand, like,
the best part
getting
of
lost
both of
in
these
that.
movies.
I imagine, I completely understand the mindset of getting so lost in that, because it is very engaging. Like, I remember specifically the scene, it's like right before the last battle when they're on the bridge. Is so good.
And
I'll
when he
accept-
They
goes,
have
"I
that
love
is
you,"
that is some of the most chemistry I've ever seen two
How-
actors
how about
have in
this?
a movie.
Like,
And
I
all
will-
the breakup stuff. All the breakup
But
stuff
again,
in the
I
there's
think
other
we'll
shit
accept-
though. So
then Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. Will we accept if I
It's not
can't
going
have this
amazing.
underneath Homecoming, but if we're putting in Ultimate, let's
it's gonna
just-
go
is-
under Homecoming.
if we're gonna put
probably.
it, can we not have it underneath
I mean,
Homecoming?
It's underneath
I mean,
Homecoming is such a shit
It is
movie compared
Vulture.
to
It
this.
is
Not.
Vulture. Like it's
I
just
would
like,
rather
to
have
me.
the-
I mean, to me, just having
Okay,
Vulture is like
Vulture
more
as a-
than
as a-
anything.
as a-
Unfortunately,
as a
so
favor, like I'm like.
I mean, I hate Homecoming too,
I'm
but I
actually,
don't like.
disgusted that this movie is not going to even be in the amazing tier.
Agreed.
It at least has
I
to
mean,
be
it's-
at the absolute top of Ultimate.
It's
not.
That's
Like,
that's
There is
Unfor-
no way that Spider-Man Homecoming
Unfortunately,
is a better
we
fucking movie.
average
is.
out.
It
Like, and the
is.
averaging out is not
Spider-Man
putting it
Homecoming
there.
has one storyline. Amazing Spider-Man has 7.
oh my fucking god.
God, you guys
Just
are.
put it in Ultimate and we'll call it a day, okay?
This is so
Yeah.
frustrating.
it is.
Again,
I
already
will
gave
say
y'all- I
that
gave
we-
y'all a
we
bone.
can-
I-
we
like,
can
My
argue-
objective one is lower, but like I've given y'all a bone. Like
I will say also, like, we don't have to worry about order right now. We can reorder them at the end.
This hurts.
But it just for
This is the-
just,
like,
just
you'd
as
find
just
this
to
opinion
throw a
most
bone,
places
we'll
you
do
talk
this
about
for
this.
now.
No,
But
and that's the thing.
like-
I'm fully aware that people, for some reason, don't like this.
this is the predominant
I mean,
opinion.
There
we've
is
given you
no.
the reasons.
There has never.
Not that the
nobody-
predominant opinion
Hey,
is always
Double Trigger.
right.
There
but
is nobody out there who could explain to me a reason that makes sense as to why this movie is terrible, as god awful, the worst Spider-Man movie you've ever seen. I do not understand anybody's opinion on that, because everybody's opinion when they say that makes no goddamn fucking sense.
Hey Ryan, what are our comments saying about
Anyway.
this movie?
yeah, I'm curious.
I'm glad you asked. Uh, Sledge
They're not gonna be happy.
Sledge completely agrees with you, me and Christian. But he does say that he absolutely respects and it has been rooting on Reagan. Because he said you should fight for movies that you like.
No, I
and-
respect. I genuinely
hang on.
respect this, like,
So
genuinely.
Sledge is ironically on everybody's side.
As always. Love you,
But
Sledge.
Sledge very much. Sledge also said at one point, he said a lot of the Peter stuff that we were complaining about and said doesn't work, doesn't make sense, blah blah blah. He did say that like it's stuff that came from the Ultimate Comics that they were trying to push, and like he's like it doesn't work for me, but like it is technically from the
I guess,
comics,
but
and I was
yeah,
like I get that. Crilly 100% agrees with me. He said exactly, Ryan. Poor execution all the way. Bottom end of Ultimate, can't see it higher than that. I did not foresee y'all being this heated about this. Sledge said
This is probably
same.
the most
This is
heated
why
we'll
we're
be
doing.
about
This
any
is
of
probably
them.
why we're doing this video. Like,
This is
we're
probably
doing this
the most
stream.
heated we'll be about any
Yeah.
of them.
It's just
This is just one weird opinion that, like, not weird opinion. It's fine to have this opinion, but one opinion that both Reagan and Julian have
and I
that we
think and
discovered
it's,
they
it's
have.
way
so.
more common than you think.
No,
if you
I mean
just
it's not a
are
majority of
online.
opinion.
It's
I'm
so
saying,
revisionist history.
It's
though.
revisionist. It's entirely revisionist. Like,
But anyway,
this movie was not
rewatch
liked
it.
upon release.
Ryan was
Okay, so hang on.
remember being in
Hang on.
2014.
I haven't. So to show everybody, I did this without having it on the stream. But right now we have it at the top of Ultimate, just so that we don't keep arguing about this. But it averaging out, there were 2 spectaculars. Christian said bottom of Ultimate. I think you said Ultimate
something like
as like a compromise.
Yeah.
Jack said Friendly Neighborhood. I said
stuff that's
Sonyverse.
good is very
so
good.
realistically, just based on how weighting of that works, it leans towards the top half of Ultimate because one spectacular is canceled out by a Sonyverse. Spectacular Friendly Neighborhood pulls it down to amazing at minimum, and then an Ultimate pulls
Listen,
it down
y'all
to
pulled
top
this
of
up.
Ultimate.
It's going to be
So that's
whether
how
we
I'm
like it or not. This is
justifying
now
that.
going to be higher than a bunch of shit. So y'all should be
That's-
happy.
That's
I
fine.
am.
Should be
Yeah,
because it's
I will take
you've
it.
pulled it up and you convinced me enough to like it's going to be higher than a bunch of shit. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
All right,
Like,
next
100%
one. What's the
okay with
next
that.
one?
It's not going to be in the top.
I'm glad you
top,
asked, Julian.
but,
The
you know.
next one. Who knows? Because I randomized this earlier. It
Let's
wasn't
go.
in order.
What's this going to be?
Brand new day.
as-
We hit
Alright.
peak new day, baby.
spectacular.
I don't even think we need to talk
Spectacular.
about it.
I'm not
need
even
to
going to
talk about
discuss
it.
it. I'm not even
So-
going to discuss it. Spectacular.
So I want to talk about
I
it.
would love to talk about this.
Oh, I'll argue about it, but I'm just saying it's
No,
spectacular.
No, I think we're all going to be agreed here that
Yeah.
this is spectacular.
Yeah, I
but
have no
I
issues
want
with
to talk about the movie.
Okay.
So like I really enjoyed this movie. I do think like it does suffer from not really having like a clear villain except for like Jean Grey-ish, but like that it doesn't matter to me.
No, it
I-
pivots to the other guy
again-
pretty late, and I don't think the other and the other guy is one of the weaker parts. Of the
Yeah,
film.
but I don't actually care about that.
Yeah.
The Jean Grey story, the Jean Grey and Spider-Man story is so well done. The Punisher bromance type father figure type. It was so good. Everything about this just vibed really well. And I think, and then this is the thing that will be controversial. I think like this movie showed me that we can still make a good MCU Spider-Man, and compared to all the other,
It's been good.
Yeah, the main thing is like, how can you
trilogy
like,
we
brother,
had
like, how
before
can
this.
you like any of like what's the hell's going on and like those John Watts shits?
Yeah,
like, after
the
watching
Watts-
this shit.
the
Like,
Watts
come on.
one
like
is-
they're fine movies in their own right, but like you watch this and you're like, okay, like what the fuck was that guy doing?
Yeah,
Like,
this
what
is-
was he
They're
on?
good movies.
Like,
This is a spectacular movie.
like
This
is that
is so
because the only thing that explains this is literally a lack of
Also, and-
imagination
and to-
from the creatives behind the Watts trilogy.
And
Like
to
it's the
throw
only thing
the-
because it's the same writers, weirdly enough. Like
The one thing that I think
So it's
like
just Watts, like-
I actually had someone that didn't like this movie as much that would talk
Okay.
to me about it.
I've heard some opinions that
and
make sense.
It
of
was
why,
more
but-
of like they felt like it was more of an X-Men type movie, and
disagree with that.
and well, like I wanted to talk a little about like there was a lot of like more, I guess more minority or just queer, or I don't know which one it's going for per se, but like the theme going through it, and like with Jean Grey, especially at the end talking to Aunt May, like I cried in that scene, and because like you just replace that, like people are gonna do terrible things to you, and then just like that whole moment is just like you replace that with any minority group in America right now, and
Sure.
it just
Yeah.
it just hits,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's
And they're
so
definitely going for that
so good.
I mean, weirdly enough, it's also like I mean, the scene where like Jean's sister. I mean, we're gonna do spoilers for
Yeah.
Brand New Day.
Spoilers.
You
I mean,
know
we're
what
past
Brand
2
New
already
Day.
weeks,
talked about
but
Gene,
yeah.
so
But like Jean's, but specifically Jean's sister. Like the reason Jean is doing all this is because
Sarah.
Jean's
Oh.
sister Sarah, who's not immune from the comics, but they was made immune for this. I actually really vibe with this. I didn't think I was.
And
You-
you're
I mean,
a resident
if you,
X.
if you,
I will say real quick, going
Yeah.
into this movie, I expected Christian to hate it because going into it, you had very strong
I had
opinions about
reservations.
Jean Grey being a part of the movie.
I think a lot of
period.
people did. Like,
And a lot of
how are
people
you
did.
gonna
I'm not
introduce
I'm not
X-Men,
making
like,
this
in
a you
this-
thing,
yeah,
but I'm
like-
saying of the people here, I was very
there's
interested in
video
your
evidence of
opinion.
me saying
When
yeah.
Christian texted the group chat and was like, I don't remember exactly
Yeah, I
what you
don't
texted,
remember.
but basically Christian was like, this shit was gas.
like John
I was
Watts,
like,
I think
oh,
John Watts is a
fuck.
fraud. Like
Yeah.
this
I-
was great.
when I watched the movie first out of everyone here,
Mhm.
and I texted the group chat and I said I think that was probably
And I had
my
a bad
favorite
theater experience,
Spider-Man
too.
movie yet. and no one else responded to me, and I was like, I'm counting down, waiting until Christian watches, like, finishes.
Because you
the
know
movie.
I'm always there
Yes,
Thursday too. so
because
you're like,
because I knew that Christian was watching it just like one showing after me, so I was waiting for Christian's, and like I was kind of nervous. I was like, I really hope that Christian likes this because I really like this movie. And
I'm
when
not
he
that heartless,
when
you
he
know.
texted the group chat, I was like, that was amazing. I was like, yes, yes.
Because again, you're gonna hear me in the rest of the like video shit on like every Watts thing, and on Holland like into a certain degree, like in his performances in like 2.5 of those movies. Like, but he locks in here. Like, this is like this is the most like I think continuity I've ever felt between Peter and Spider-Man. Which is like another bigger problem I have with Garfield, whereas even though I think Garfield is the best in the suit Spider-Man, like he doesn't feel like the same character. Like it feels like he puts the like Jim. I saw someone describe it as like it feels like he puts on like Jim Carrey's The Mask, and then he becomes like a new guy that he's not. And then when he goes back to Peter and he's like too like he has to force the awkward thing, which like is almost doesn't work because like fucking. Garfield is just so fucking smooth, so it's like it's unnatural to see him like stumbling over his words. You don't believe it. But this movie, back to this movie, like there's such great continuity between like the two halves of Spider-Man. Even though like one half is being like literally shoved down, like the Peter half of him. That's the big part of this film. The actual like using. Jean, I thought Jean is like one of the better like again, I don't think she's like a top like Spider-Man movie villain, but I think she was very effective. I think she introduced the concept of and a lot of the themes of mutant stuff right as terms of an adaptation of Jean Grey, which is a very inconsistently written character that I don't even particularly like. Isn't my like top 10 or whatever like favorite X-Men characters. They like took some of the more interesting parts of Jean Grey's character, like specifically like Jean could be like a very cruel character like when she's on like a more villainous vibe, like specifically when she's like Dark Phoenix, and that's not what was going on in this. But like specifically there's one scene that's like there's one of the cruelest things I've ever seen like a comic book character like a villain do to another character when when she takes over Zendaya's body and does that whole scene, pretends like that shit is so like if you've read like the Dark Phoenix saga. Like, and you've read, like, Jean, like, when, like, she's being taken over by Phoenix. I know it's not, like, you know, it's not, like, one-to-one. But, like, it's so, like, reminiscent. Like, they pulled some of, like, the very interesting parts out of Jean's character. And then even, like, I think they did the X-Men stuff justice with, like, I don't think the villain, like, that was, like, the Damage Control director was that great. But I thought, like, Damage Control's role... Like I was very worried about actually was pretty good, and specifically like the collar stuff, and specifically the pickup scene of Jean's sister, which was very reminiscent of an ice pickup. Which I don't know if that was intentional or not.
I
like,
have to assume.
But that was
And
what, like
also-
immediately I thought of when I saw that.
But
so,
with that,
Punisher
actually,
great, Hulk great. Like I've just actual shots that I've been asking for from from MCU Spider-Man for years. Like the under the mask. I'm just trying to speed run everything because I don't want to talk about. Like I want to let other people.
yeah.
talk.
Only thing I want to just quickly
yeah.
call out because you said the ice pickup thing. Another thing I because there's so many things I like about this movie. The one thing I really dislike is that it did feel a little bit like flock propaganda.
Yeah, no, I did.
And,
I
like,
have
that
as
was
well.
very
Palantir
much,
Parker. Yeah.
like not okay, but like it was everything else was good, and also I don't think it was out of character for Peter Parker. Like I don't
think
like
it
especially
kinda
like the
is.
Spider-Man games and stuff like it. That's what he does all the time.
I would consider that also like.
I guess, yeah. Like it's just one of those
Yeah.
things of like I didn't feel like it was.
I mean,
that
most of
out
comic
character.
history, he's like not. There wasn't the technology for Peter to exist to hack into shit to find him. You
that's
know what I
true.
mean? Like the vast majority of his comic history, the character is great. In
That's true. I just wanted to
1962.
call that out as a very bad negative against this movie.
That's my main
It's
negative.
still-
I have very little else. But
it's still
that's all I really got
spectacular.
to say. I
I-
really liked it. Surprisingly so. I was very
This,
iffy on it.
this movie fixes a lot of the
Mhm.
problems I
Mhm.
have with the John Watts movies.
Yes.
Yes.
Specifically, the fact that when Tom Holland is on screen, he's in a real fucking Spider-Man suit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is such a fucking
Yes.
issue
It looks
for
so
me.
much better.
And the other
His
ones,
suit.
him walking around in the fucking CGI suit, it's like, dude,
Terrible.
it
Garbage.
looks like shit.
And again,
the
he's
fact-
CGI a lot in this one too, but he doesn't look like shit.
But he
So
doesn't
wow,
look
what a
stupid,
what a
but
shocking
but
like
but
thing.
you
that
can tell the majority of the scenes where he is walking around, not the swinging stuff, but when he
Yeah,
is
that's all
actually like
fake.
in scenes with other people, that's really him in a fucking Spider-Man suit. Like,
Well, yeah, we saw the behind the scenes of him on like the streets of New York.
yeah,
He's
and it
in-
looks incredible. And like, I have.
The swinging scene at the beginning.
I'd like to
yeah.
touch on the fact that I had a terrible experience watching this movie. The theater that I
Oh,
went
I had two.
to,
I had two. I was terrible theater.
no,
Us too.
The theater that I went
I
to
I had a
why.
great
was
theater.
I think the
Okay,
I think
hang
the
on. Let
Norby-
Julian finish
Okay.
his.
Now,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the theater that I went to was terrible. In particular, there were people directly in front of. There was me, Ari, and my friend Parker were all there, and there were these people directly in front of us, purposely sat in the wrong seats, and then got into an argument with the guy about the fact that they were in the wrong seats. Then they had to get up and move all the way down. Those same two people then started talking smack to the people behind them, and during the what I believe is the most important and crucial scene in the entire movie, which is when MJ finds the fucking letter, I honestly can attest to I have no idea what happened in that scene because those two people started screaming at each other in the theater. Like it
I
was,
think we've just accidentally stumbled upon like the fall of like our society because like and like just the fact of like just people are getting ruder like
Yeah,
in
no,
general
it
because like
literally-
I had like literally my theater experience. I think we should all just share
Yeah.
our terrible theater experiences now.
I had
like,
a great experience.
my theater experience.
You
I
don't
had
have
I had two morons with that one of them was with their girlfriend, and when I tell you that they fought with their girlfriend the entire movie,
Oh
for,
my
for
God.
2.5 hours.
but like it's
They
so
talked.
frustrating
They
because-
just had a normal conversation like they weren't in the theater.
So
for
Ryan
2.5
and I's might
hours.
be quicker then, because ours was not people based.
Yeah.
The theater itself left a light on for the start of the movie, and Ryan had to go get up and tell someone for them to turn off the lights.
That's funny.
Now, real quick, to be fair, that was done with very quickly.
Yeah.
Like we were maybe not even 10 minutes into the movie and they turned the light off.
Yeah.
Like it was
Now,
very quick.
yeah, but I mean like one of the things, and I'm
Anyway, back to the film.
which camera's mine? This one.
the one directly in front of you.
Listen
one-
here.
Listen here,
Fuckers.
fucking idiots. It's like,
If-
it's-
I love movies. I love the cinema, and I love going to the movies. If you are going to the movie, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop talking during the movie. It's okay to lean over and whisper something to the person next to you, but if you're going to literally have a full-blown conversation about something that has nothing to do with the movie in the middle of the theater, you need to learn theater etiquette. You should demand a fucking refund and leave and
yeah,
go watch
don't
it
do
at home.
relationship
Because
therapy in the
it's
movie theater, please.
so
Like,
aggravating.
I don't want
Like
that again.
the most important. So this now, I have one negative about this movie.
Sure.
One
I'm curious.
About the movie.
about the movie itself.
that we haven't
One.
discussed.
I do not think that the MJ plot was ended properly. I think
Interesting.
that
I might
Now,
argue
mind you,
with you. I
it-
want to hear your full thought.
it
but
might be because I don't really fully understand the dialogue that happened in the scene between them when she
I
found
mean,
the
yeah,
letter.
then you kind of missed a lot of.
Well,
I
hang
did-
on, let
I
him-
did
let him
miss some stuff.
finish your thing.
But to see that, yes, there's the scene where she's sitting there holding the Black Dahlia necklace, which was awesome. I love that she obviously is starting to remember who he is, at least in that scene. But
hang on, let him finish his thing.
just wait a second.
No, yeah, go for it.
Because I understand that everybody's trying to rationalize it by saying when she was frozen by Jean Grey, she gained all her memories back, and that's why she's crying.
No, I disagree.
Well, that's what the internet is
Yeah.
saying, and what I'm saying is
That-
there's
the
no
internet's
fucking way
wrong, so,
because
as usual.
the her holding the Black Dahlia necklace, it's great. The handshake between Peter and Ned is arguably one of the best moments in the whole fucking movie. But my problem with that is that the plot of the movie is him trying to get back to MJ, not to Ned. So when they spend the whole movie is about him looking for his relationship with MJ, and then the more crucial like remembering Peter Parker is with Ned, who he barely speaks to in the entire movie. It just didn't hit for me.
I mean, bros
I
before
want-
bros before hoes.
No,
man.
I mean I get it, but also now mind you,
What do you mean,
hold on, no, wait a
man?
sec,
It's
hold
like,
on.
what do you-
I am a hopeless romantic, and when they ended No Way Home with when he's about to say I love you and she says save it until you find me again, and then they did the letter thing where she found the letter, but I was hoping that, and I guess I was just hoping that in that moment there would be a shred of like she's too smart to like to not realize what he's saying.
I actually adored that they didn't resolve
And
it.
well,
Yes.
well, now wait a sec. I'm glad that they didn't resolve it in that scene, but to build up this relationship for 3 movies, and then
No, that shit worked, bro. That spell worked.
what?
That spell worked.
So
Like,
No, I
it's-
know that.
it
No,
worked
I
completely.
get
Hang on,
that, but
let
what
him
I'm
finish
saying
his-
is
I know.
to
I have a
make the-
reply, so I want him to
to
finish.
make
I
the
want to.
entire plot of his one of the main plots of his character in this movie is to get back to her and actually like get back. Like that's the whole point.
Not
And then when they get, it is a major.
No,
Plot
he gets
point for
forced.
him.
You know, he gets forced to go. He's actually like, I mean, he does like break finally and goes into the apartment and as like the like the fake pretending to be the neighbor or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like the actual thing that does like bring them actually to like a hold to like make the issue needs to be confronted is just like actually just the villain finding out who's
No, no, no,
like
no, I
who's
get
the
it.
most
No,
who I can
totally-
threaten
no,
this guy that's in my way.
I totally understand that, and that is not at all like that scene. Now the scene where she takes over MJ is fucking
Yeah, that's
arguably
phenomenal.
is one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. But
Oh,
like,
best scenes in the MCU.
I just
genuinely.
think that my
Zendaya's
I think that
best
the
scene
thing-
is his
like
character.
yeah. Well, when that happened in the movie, I literally was like, oh shit, because I knew it.
I,
Fucking knew
when
it.
when I was in the theater and like they kissed, everyone in the theater was like, "Oh yeah."
I knew it.
I was
as
like,
well.
I was like, no, I can't.
But-
Because
but
it's
so-
her.
I had a
so
Reagan
my-
in
I
that
think
one
my
X-Men
problem-
episode the entire time. I'm
I
like,
think
this
my
isn't
problem
her.
was, and also like the scene where they're sitting in the apartment and they're building the Legos on the table.
Yeah, that's a great
and,
scene too.
and she's like, you guys really do look like best friends. You should tell him. And you can tell that like he's longing for her, and like I think that
That's your interpretation, but I don't think that's the obvious.
and I have
like,
thoughts
thing that
about what
scene's
you're saying.
conveying.
I don't think we ever
I
know.
honestly,
Okay,
it just bothered
hang on.
me that it
I've
didn't-
been
Yeah, Ryan,
patient.
let
Let
Ryan
Ryan
go.
go.
it just didn't hit for me that the
All right.
resolution that happened with Ned didn't happen with her, and
All
that's the
Ryan.
one thing that bothered me.
Ryan, go.
Okay, so
I get it.
my,
I gotta
my,
reply.
my thoughts on this. First off, I love, and I'm gonna say something that is not the prevailing theory online. I think neither MJ nor Ned remember him.
I agree.
I think that final scene that everyone interprets as Ned magically gaining all his memories is not that.
Mm-hmm.
Ned is simply remembering that MJ called Spider-Man Peter.
Yep.
And he introduces himself as Peter. His
I actually
body,
agree with
his body is obviously mimicking, and he's like, and like, there's
It's a
an
muscle
element to
memory.
that. There's
Muscle
a muscle memory thing, but
Yes,
he's
there's
putting
latent
together
shit. I think
that
that's the
this
same thing as the
person
necklace,
is
yes.
Spider-Man. That's not.
Yes.
He's not magically. The prophecy is true. Like he's not like undoing the spell.
I think he's right.
I
Actually.
agree.
I haven't
Now-
thought about
now-
that scene that much, but yeah.
Now,
I disagree.
do I have full faith in the MCU to not make it that Ned magically remembered all his memories? No, I don't have that faith. But my interpretation of it is that he is putting together that Peter, because earlier they literally had MJ go, "Stay safe, Peter," or whatever the hell
yeah.
she says,
I do remember
and then
that, yeah.
and then Ned goes, "So his name's Peter."
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's like, Peter.
Yep.
That's the connection. I don't think he gains his memories. I don't want him to regain his memories. I think it's very important that that spell worked and maintains
There was
that.
a consequence.
Yeah.
That there's a
and
consequence.
consequence
Because
remains.
one thing that I didn't, and not to connect this to comics too much, my biggest problem with One More Day is not the fact that Spider-Man editorials fucking morons, but my problem with that is that, oh, but if they see your face, they remember it all. It's like, fuck you, then what's the point? Just take the mask off every time you meet someone you love. And just like, and just restart. Like, there's no, that's comics. But
Well,
I
it's also
really
it's
like
a
that it's
consequence
not.
for the consequence isn't even necessarily for. And I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
But like the consequence isn't necessarily even for like Peter doing the spell. The spell was a consequence for Peter's actions earlier. The consequence is for Peter deciding not to re-engage with his friends.
Yeah.
Like in that
Yes.
coffee shop.
And
like,
he's
that's
doing
what
it,
this
and he's
movie
doing
is,
it for a
like,
very Spider-Man reason.
And I
He is
agree.
protecting
Yeah.
them.
And also
and
to-
hang on, I'm almost
yeah, it's a
done.
version
I'm
of
almost
the
done.
end of
Keep going,
Spider-Man
keep going.
1. Yeah. Like,
And it's crucial to the theme of the movie that the whole, and my thing, a big complaint that people have is like, oh, there's no Spider-Man villains, which not true, but that's
Scorpion,
beside the point.
yeah.
But like, that the main villain
already had one
is
of that.
Peter. Like, it's Peter fighting Peter.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
story. There shouldn't be this like big bad that is like this external threat for me. But
And the villain's a
the
sympathetic
most
villain.
important
Like-
thing about MJ not being resolved, and even Ned isn't resolved. Everyone just
Yeah.
thinks it is, but they're not resolved because it's a brand new day. They're restarting with each other.
But you don't think
it's
it's-
in the
you don't-
title?
Yeah, and
It's in the title.
And I agree pretty much with everything Ryan said, and I'm going to talk about what you were talking about now with the whole MJ. I think they've resolved it perfectly. I don't want them to get back together for the next movie at all.
Give me Black Cat.
I don't want Zendaya and Tom Holland to get together in the next movie
Okay, I will say
at all. I love that consequence.
I
of
will say I don't
having to re-fall in love.
Yeah. I will say this is a little bit in the internet weeds, but I don't know what Jean's age is supposed to be in this.
Underage.
Is she?
I think so. Yeah. I would go. I
I don't
everything I read, not, and I don't mean literally, I mean
Yeah.
reading as in through
She's
the film.
24.
Yeah,
Like,
I
she's,
think
like,
she's supposed to
the
be like
actress is-
18, 17, 18,
How old
19.
Peter? Was he like 21? In
Like,
this?
no, he's older than that.
He just they
'Cause this-
just
this has
graduated
been-
normal
no, he
college, so be-
Yeah, because they're graduating college. So
Well,
he,
it's been
oh
4
yeah,
years.
you're right. So he'd be like 22.
Yeah.
He's
Because this is
21,
after they
22, yeah.
graduated college. So he'd be like 22,
He could be
23,
I think
depending
he
on
might still be
birthday.
17 in no way. I don't know actually.
Well, there was a time jump.
Yeah.
We've skipped since No Way Home. There's been like a 4 to
It's
5.
No,
Like
he's
four-
22
4
in this
years.
movie. No, I just
Okay.
remembered. He's canonically 22 in this movie because of the 5-year gap, and also that the one little.
Well, again,
Wait,
if
the one
Gene is
thing
of
here-
age, but either way,
Hold on,
my
hold on,
point is,
hold
if
on.
Gene is of age, then like
Let-
it's not the worst ship in the world. It's specifically for an MCU concept.
Yeah, I don't disagree
That's
with
my
that
only
either.
point.
Scott
But I'm
outta
just gonna say
here.
the 22-year-old.
You
is
can have
important.
Scott with Emma then.
22 years old is important because this is the exact age that
Avoid some
if
love triangles.
If Frank's Castle's kid survived, he would have been 22
Yes.
at that time.
Yeah,
That
I
was
saw that,
literally
yeah.
1 to
Also,
1
look,
matched up. That's all I was gonna say.
The Punisher, amazing in this.
So good.
Adapted very well. He is.
This is
again,
Barenthal's best.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, Bernthal is like kind of becoming like he just does this. Like there are certain aspects of like a Bernthal
You don't like
performance.
Punisher in this movie?
I didn't say that, but I don't think under any
no, he
circumstance
reacted
that
to
it's
me
John
saying it's Barenthal's best.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh.
I think this
I
is
mean-
the truest
No.
of Punisher in the
Absolutely not.
comics.
I think it's
Absolutely not.
I think it's an interesting. I mean, he gets to be more of a comic book
That-
Punisher.
that's-
than
that's
ever
why I
before.
like it.
Okay, I'm not.
He's
gonna,
no, like I'll tell you what it is.
because we really need to speed.
Yeah,
through these.
this
We need-
one's-
like we're spending like 45 minutes a
Are
movie
we?
now. So
This
yeah.
is we spent way too long
What
on this
time is
one.
it?
Yeah, we need to keep
Okay,
going.
so let's
Anyway.
rank it. We all
know
agreed.
it's spectacular.
This one
It's an
was
S tier
pretty.
movie.
This one was pretty quick.
I would
so
say it's even above Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I need to rewatch it to put this
Yeah, I'm
in
not sure yet.
permanent
I've
for
rewatched
me.
it twice,
but-
and I think that.
But
that's what it should
I'm
be.
I'm pretty confident with
I've only
that.
seen
Yeah.
it once, and I can already.
So
I'm not sure yet, but I won't.
I,
would put
I'm
it in
fairly
the top
certain
tier.
it'll end up
Yeah.
there, but we
Next
agreed
one.
to
Let's
it.
do. Let's
Next
try to
movie-
speed round if we
Again,
can.
I think I like enjoy Peter.
That's
Okay,
fair.
let the.
Okay.
We
Can
gotta talk
we
about it.
Across-
speed round?
Across, we all agree with this. Across the Spider Verse, a couple things I'm just gonna say real quick. First off, fuck you for making Ben Riley a joke. I hate you, but thank you for giving me Ben Riley. I love you. Also, this is worse. This is the lesser of the two. I think
Yeah, I agree.
Into the Spider Verse is far
Oh, I
superior.
disagree.
No, I
No,
disagree.
I
no,
disagree.
Into the
I-
Spider Verse is a
Into the
perfect
Spider Verse
film.
is better.
It's a perfect
I
film.
agree.
We're-
I will
we're
say
argu-
Well, I don't
I-
like it's a complete.
We can
film.
argue about small details, like, and I get that.
And I
like,
love
they're-
the second one.
They're 1A,
I
1B.
adore it.
They're 1A, 1B of all Spider-Man
I can
films.
agree they're both
but-
spectacular, and we can put them in there. I'm just saying, like,
I like Into more.
I like Across more.
I like
See,
a cross.
And I'm in the sense that I have one thing that separates them. The I think the plot of Into is better.
Yes,
I think
much.
the artwork and animation of Across.
I mean,
is
yes,
better.
that's
Agreed,
That's true.
100%.
Yes,
the
easily
artwork
true.
specifically for Gwen in Across the Spider Verse is so good.
Trans representation.
Absolutely, like it's so,
So good.
well done. Anyway, this is an easy fucking S tier movie.
Do
Yes.
we want to just basically skip past this and
Let's
just
put it
in
let's put it
spectacular?
S. Yeah.
Like,
we-
there's not much to talk about when we all
We
agree
all
it's
agree.
this
Yeah, I love
much.
Spider. I mean,
Oh, hang
Spider-Punk
on.
is a character I love.
We gotta let
give it
people
5
see the
minutes, so.
tiers.
I'm down to say that it's an S tier. I would say that it's
This
The
is
animated
this is-
movies are better than the two
the-
animated movies
yes.
are the two
The
best
two
movies. They're
animated
better
movies
than
are
The two
any of
animated-
live-action
the two
movies.
animated
It's just
are-
a-
Alright,
it's
we-
just
we
better
can
than
all
any of
agree
them.
on
being
that.
outvoted on that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
in good
but I'm sure
conscience.
some people might disagree with the comments, but I think like the bulk of us here believe that the two animated
Alright.
Spider-Man
Alright,
movies
next
are
one.
the two
Yeah.
best
That was
Spider-Man
easy.
So
That was
next
easy
one,
speed round
who
of that
knows? Okay,
Oh,
that's-
okay, there we go.
Alright, this is
speed,
the
the
best
speed run
movies.
is
I think this is the best
complete.
Spider-Man movie.
I
It's
can
the best Spider-Man movie.
I can
ever
agree
made.
with this as S as well. So
We all agree it's spectacular. I think. Okay, hang on. Let's go down the
I
line.
can live
hang
with
on.
either order.
Let me go.
but
Let
my
me go
personal
back to
opinion
this
is
real
Across
quick.
is better.
So
I just
real
think
quick,
it's just like
I
it's
like in.
contained
Hang on.
better.
Real quick, Into better than Across. Christian.
Into is better specifically for the fact that it is contained. It is like we're still waiting for much resolution. Like you can watch Into by
Ooh,
itself.
I didn't even think about that.
You
That's a
can
great
watch
point.
Into by itself. You watch Across, you're waiting for something.
That
Like,
I can.
it doesn't
I
take
hear
anything
that,
away
I
from
agree with
Across.
it.
It's still
But just
incredible.
to- just
It's
to
my
be-
second favorite Spider movie Across, but this is better. Just
So
by,
we do have so Double Trigger just said Double Trigger 666. I'll
Nice.
say they're dragging the Miles and Gwen relationship.
Dragging,
It's the
as
I
in
think
like
dragging on too long. I guess.
maybe.
I guess.
That's what I assume. Double.
So
if
my
you-
hot take for Beyond is they're gonna substitute the parent dying for the Gwen dying. I
Oh,
think
God.
Spider Gwen dies in
actually
Beyond.
completely disagree about that.
I hope not.
That's just I don't know.
I
That's
think
where my gut
everyone's
is.
gonna be
Anyways,
I just think no one's
Julian,
gonna, I actually
Julian,
think nobody's gonna
Into
die.
or Across?
Into. for sure.
I think the entire point
Reagan
of what,
said across. Jack?
I like
Trigger
across
said that
better.
it was the dragging relationship too.
Okay,
long, yeah.
so 3 intos, 2 acrosses.
fine.
It's minor,
I
but
actually think nobody's going to die.
we do
Like,
have
I'm
into
dead ass.
above.
I agree.
That's the entire
across.
point of Miles's arc is that nobody will die.
Yeah.
He will beat the canon.
Yes,
event.
that's literally. I think that's the
I-
point.
I-
So,
I don't mind that.
no, I'm gonna do
next-
my own.
also-
I'm
hang
gonna do
on.
my own thing.
Also, this
Like-
fucking poster is so banging.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah, the
that's the
poster's
best. That's the
better.
best Spider-Man shot of all time when he
Yes.
when he jumps off the.
We can
building.
all agree with that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
And one of the second best ones is like when him and Gwen are hanging upside down.
Yeah,
like in the
agreed.
second film.
So good.
Next.
Anyway,
All
next
right.
one.
Rocking on.
Ugh.
The first Amazing Spider-Man. This movie. So okay,
I'm not saying
Rattling
as
on-
in disgust. I'm saying because this is gonna be a conversation.
I don't know about
I don't
that.
know.
I don't know
think
about that.
No, they don't defend this one as much as the second one. I don't
So
think.
weirdly, I like this one more
is
than the
insane,
second
but
one.
I would agree with you.
I
Ryan.
was
I
very
think this one-
encouraged. Oh, I just hit my microphone. I was very encouraged about the direction of these movies by this film. I thought that they could grow from this. I was wrong, but I felt like they could grow from the things they
say
were
what-
doing in this movie. Garfield was very quippy, way more than Toby, and I really enjoyed that. Oh no,
I
you
love
found
the
my
quips.
weakness.
Yeah,
Small
that's
knives.
what I always think of. That's the
He's
exact
very
clip I always
quippy.
think of.
He's
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I do
the crane
not
scene is
I
great.
do not like him as Peter Parker. I get
Yeah,
the arguments
yeah.
about it. I get that it's very influenced by the Ultimate comics, but I don't like the Ultimate comics. So it
Dude,
just
Ultimate
falls
Spider-Man's the
flat
best of the
for me.
Ultimate comics.
And I just there's a lot of good in this movie. I liked seeing Gwen Stacy. That meant a lot to me. So basically, this movie's held back for me because for me, 2 was so much of a worse movie and did things the wrong way for how I wanted things to go that it retroactively hurt this movie. I think this is
Force
in
Awakens
ultimate tier. This is very mid. Like it had good points, it had bad points, and I think that its sequel hurt it. But Reagan's gonna have an opposite opinion.
So Double Trigger first off just said Peter was too cool. I can kind of
was.
see that, but also like I felt like it was a different type of nerd, like a different. It wasn't like the science nerd that we're used to. It was that it was a skater kid. I don't
Well, to be
think
fair,
skater kids are necessarily cool.
Well,
in
the director
itself,
specifically
but-
said that I wanted to be a drifter.
Yeah,
to be-
like
which
that's
is
what
a-
it felt, and I
which-
didn't.
which
I
is,
didn't.
like,
I
fine.
didn't
It's
disagree
fine.
with it.
It's an attempt at
And-
modernization.
And to be honest, I didn't disagree with it. I really liked this interpretation of it, and I don't like it as much as the second one, but I really do love this one. I think this is, and I'm gonna say it again, better than the entire trilogy of Tom Holland before Brand
That's
New Day.
wild.
No.
So I think that's just true. So, but that's I would say amazing probably. I would say amazing. Yeah, amazing, maybe spectacular, but I'm as long as it's in the same.
Reagan, I went from Sonyverse to Ultimate. Like give me something.
No, I would say like I'm okay with this going in Ultimate because we already have number 2 in there.
Yeah,
So
I mean, this is so stupid.
No, say your plot. Say your actual opinion. You don't gotta put it.
Speak
in
your
the
shit.
right?
My actual
We could
opinion
be
is
average
that,
in these
my
shits.
actual opinion is that I think this would go in Amazing. I don't like it as much as Amazing Spider-Man 2. Really? But I again, the most important part of this movie for me is his relationship with Gwen Stacy. I wanted to be them. Like, and also cool Peter Parker, dude, when I was in fucking middle school and this movie came out, I wanted to be him so bad. He was cool. People fucking liked him. Like, it was like interesting. He could stand up for himself. He was like
Also,
willing to
the-
stand up to
the scene-
bullies. He
the s-
protected other people. Like, this
It's
was
the-
a character
yeah.
that I
The-
idolized.
and then
He has
after
the cool
the-
suit.
and
Like
then
his suit is
after
sick.
the
the suit is
suit's
awesome.
sick.
The homemade
Suit
suit
is
is
sick.
so good.
It's
and
so great
after the
looking.
Uncle Ben death, when Flash was picked, when Peter
That's a
picked up
fine-
Flash,
that's
Yes,
a
and
fine
then
scene.
So
and then,
good.
but then Flash turning around.
I
and
actually
going-
have comments on the
and
Buckle
then,
Ben death.
but then Flash turning around and saying, "I'm sorry." Like,
Yeah.
I think
that's
this-
something you just don't see. Like
There's-
that was something you didn't see. You
Yeah.
never see from characters
Yeah.
like that, and you don't get it from Flash in like
and
the
like
other movies.
he even said
Like,
like it
And that
feels
actually is
good,
kind of
doesn't it?
that's actually kind of accurate
Like,
to
he
Flash.
was
Yeah,
so
and
good.
when he says like it's a it feels good, doesn't it? Or even specifically, oh my god, the romanticness of the scene where they're on the rooftop and he fucking uses the web and then pulls her in and they like are
Yeah.
really close to each other and then they kiss. It's like so good, and also the fact that this kind of actually, I think this plot line does the father of the girlfriend plot line better than Homecoming does.
Yes.
Is like him having to hide from her dad that he's Spider-Man, and
When-
then the scene
No,
where like,
that's good. Like
When the
I think
dad's
that's
a cop.
better.
Sure.
Yeah, where the dad's a cop, but you know what I mean, like the hiding the thing, and then also specifically the scene where Captain Stacy like finds out that he is Peter, and he's like, he's going to Oscorp right now. You gotta let me go, and he's like, fuck, I have no choice. And then the swinging underneath the like this
Yeah.
movie is so good. I would put it in amazing because I think the other one is better, but I know 100% that you guys are gonna just shit on it because you have no idea how filmmaking works. So
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Hang on,
Whoa,
hang on,
whoa,
hang on,
whoa,
hang on.
whoa, whoa.
we
Listen,
all
reel it
I
fucking
feel like
first
hang
off.
on, can we all
Also, that
okay,
way-
hang on. The three of us that didn't that not counting the two people that whatever. But the three of us that ranked the second one poorly. Can we all agree that this one is better than the second one?
Absolutely,
Like,
100%.
like realistically, yes.
Put it in
Okay.
ultimate.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm not.
Hang on,
I have
no,
actual-
hang on.
I have
We're
actual
gonna keep
comments
talking
to say
about it.
I
this.
don't
Like there
I
are
think,
things that are
and
bad
maybe
about
I'll
this film.
get I'll get flack for this, but I don't like this suit.
Yeah,
I-
you're gonna
It's
get
not my favorite.
you're gonna get flack for that.
I think like I don't.
Is there a different suit between the two films?
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't-
massively.
Two.
I will
This
agree
is
that
a universally
better.
agreed thing. Two is a
I mean,
better
yeah,
suit,
I
two
agree
is
with
100%.
that.
way
I like
better
the
than
suit,
this.
though.
one.
I think
Okay.
2 is probably the best live action Spider-Man.
I just think the
like,
suits in,
I
like-
like the new one.
I think Brand New Day might have it for me personally,
It's
but
one-
I
it's one
hear
of the
you.
two.
I hear you. I hear you.
I can hear Brandon.
and then the
Day.
black suit.
Mhm.
Even though the story's not great, but the black suit's great. On
The black suit does look
it's,
sick.
It's fire. The
Yeah.
one poster.
But Jack, your thoughts?
But yeah, I think like I can rewatch this movie. I do enjoy watching this movie. I like it is like for me it is a fun movie to watch, and I like as much as I don't like Cool Peter, I think that this is a good Spider-Man like adaptation.
Also, the
Sli-
villain is cool.
The
I
villain
have,
is
I have comments on the villain.
the villain is cool. I liked it.
I actually think
but,
the villain. I think the villain's a
real
very
quick,
cool-
Sledge says, "I love Julesie's enthusiasm right up until he punches below the belt." LOL. Still love you, Julesie.
All right.
Speak to
all
Sledge,
I
Julesie.
want to make actual
No,
comments
it's-
about the
But
movie.
it's
So
the truth.
I want to make actual comments about the film.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Two things that are bad about this film. I'm moving the mic. Apologies. They actually managed to fuck up Uncle Ben's death, which is insane. Which is which is like to like actually like it's really not good. They kill the fucking president of the United States. Like,
Wait, what?
Like he's
West
from
Wing.
he's from West Wing.
He's
Oh, okay.
He's president.
I was like,
Martin
what
Sheen.
part of this movie did I block out? Why? Wait, I
Yeah,
thought
Martin Sheen,
Homecoming they were in
they-
DC.
They kill Martin Sheen. It's such a worse done scene than the Toby one because it just is. It's like a
I can
random
agree.
ass scene. It's like Uncle Ben just happens to be walking around in the vicinity of where like Peter just happened. It's like Robert throws him some milk. And then, like, after,
But
and
he's
he does. It's
looking for Peter.
Yeah, but it's
that
not.
is so
It's
much
we're in New
more
York.
Wait,
We're in New York.
he didn't go very
It's
far.
like I know,
He
but it's just
walked
like
out.
I get it,
Oh
but
my
it's just
God,
it's
dude, you're
random. Like
killing me, bro.
he randomly trips over and drops the gun, and then like for whatever reason, Uncle Ben thinks the best idea is like I'm going to like I don't
Grab
know
it.
anything about this
Because
guy. I
it's-
didn't see
but
him
that-
rob anything,
that
but I'm going
scene
to
is
like.
inspiring to Peter to become a hero.
What?
Like because
Why-
that's what Uncle Ben would do. Oh my god!
And then he spends-
dude.
and then he
Oh, do you
spends
not
the rest-
understand the complexity. of
Yeah, I
this?
understand. Yeah, I understand.
He said
You
the
have-
thing.
Yes, I understand. Like you understand that is like those are bullet points on a page and not like the execution in a film.
put it
Correct.
So
in
like
I-
you understand
I-
those are
Put it
two
in Ultimate
different
so I don't have to hear
things.
I wanna-
right?
I wanna
No, and
agree-
otherwise the Lizard is also a very poor adaptation of the Lizard.
Let me agree with you
Um,
here, because I actually I don't think it's as bad as you
I'm probably
say,
dragging a little bit, but,
but
it's bad.
I think it is the worst of the two Uncle Ben deaths that we've seen.
And if you count like
That is
even
true.
if you count like fucking
Versus me.
like Marissa Tomei's like death, like as like the Uncle Ben death for Holland, that's
Yeah.
a better death. Like
I
so
can
it's
agree
the
with
weakest
that.
of the three just by that.
I can agree with that.
Lizard is not the worst villain of all time, but he's a poor adaptation of the Lizard. Like, how are you going to adapt the Lizard and then not like do the most core aspect of his personality, which is his like
we
wife
really
and
need
child?
to watch Spectacular
Like,
Spider-Man on this.
like how are
channel.
you like not like
It's-
Lizard is a more sympathetic villain than most of Peter's other like villains. Like he's like the
I'd
part-
argue he's the most sympathetic.
Yes, he's
maybe,
just like a
maybe
he's just a
I
good
know
guy
it's a
that
meme,
fucked up
but I know
once that
maybe
occasionally turned into a
Morbius.
monster.
Morbius
Like-
and Lizard are like the most redeemable like
Like,
like,
there are times where like
villains.
Lizard is like
Dwarven
good.
type.
Like there are like times where Lizard helps Peter and like fights alongside, like when he's able to control himself
Yeah.
a little bit more. I think like even in like the old animated like show, there was like a lot of that. Like in the '90s, like I remember thinking Secret Wars.
Agreed.
Like they brought Lizard and he was on the hero seat.
I also
Like-
don't like Animorph Lizard.
Yeah, he's not a great
I
lizard
think,
design. Like
I
there's no
think
snout.
if he was
there's
more
no...
lizardy, it would.
I don't like the
I
human.
can
Yeah, the
agree
human.
I can agree
yeah.
with that, too.
Design is not the greatest. That's
So again, there are worse villains, but it's just not the greatest adaptation
Oh,
of
I
a
agree.
Spider-Man villain.
I also want to point out one of my
No
favorite
notes.
moments of this movie.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
my
we
main
should- And then
complaints,
we should
yeah.
move on from this. Probably my favorite moment in this entire movie is the conversation between him and Captain Stacy when he dies, when he's like, "You need to leave
Mm-hmm.
Gwen out of it," and then he like screams over him, and they like pull the sound out. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Like the whole.
I will
scene
say that
gets
that scene is really
just
good.
gets
But
me
Yeah, I'll give it that.
man.
It's good.
So,
good. Anyway,
uh,
Good in
the-
Ultimate.
the
Ultimate
part
for the
that's gonna-
comics is inspired off.
The
of.
weirdest thing I do want to say this is like I could actually be convinced to put this bottom of Amazing
Nah, keep it in.
I can
personally.
be convinced to put it above Homecoming easily. Like
Yeah,
if
it's
you
definitely
wanted
better
to.
I can 100% agree with that. I do think it is better than Homecoming.
I agree.
Because I think Homecoming
Yeah.
does have some
but
larger
Vulture-
flaws.
Vulture is-
but,
oh. don't
we're
know, it's
we're
hard,
just gonna
but
leave
I'm
it
fine
like
to make
this
them
for
happy
now.
with it,
We're gonna
but
leave it
above
like this
Homecoming,
for
though.
now. You know, we can always
What's next,
who
Ryan?
knows. But
Alright.
all right,
Let's see what's next.
I
here.
don't know what's
I don't
next,
think we
so
got
let's
too much
find out
left,
together.
so.
All right. This is something we can
This
talk
is a
about.
unique
This
one.
is something we can talk about. So
Operates a very interesting.
So
think
to jump right in, first off, Sledge has made it very well known he thinks this is the worst Spider-Man movie.
Interesting.
He now it
Has
should be
he
said
The Amazing
Sledge
Spider-Man 2?
Sledge is older than us and saw these movies full grown adult in theaters. This is like not to put words in Sledge's mouth, but to translate it, it's like the people that say like Return of the Jedi ruined Star Wars.
Sure.
Like it's kind of that for him.
Oh, I see
in the
what you mean.
sense of
Yeah,
like
okay.
he went in and he hated it and it like completely deflated his mood on the whole trilogy. He's also not a big.
I mean, it did that
Tobey
in
fan.
general, despite.
But-
this was a weird time because this movie was made more money than the first two, didn't it? Or made a lot of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like,
it made the most money
but
of the
its
three.
critical reception was actually so bad
That it ended.
which doesn't really happen anymore.
ended the
like,
Tobey
to a certain
movies.
degree. Like if a movie makes money, it's a sequel nowadays. It doesn't matter about the critical reception. Like that's interesting that like back then like this movie was actually like so again anything that's said anything otherwise is a bit of revisionist history.
Yeah.
Like so again I have a lot of love for this film in a weird way. I don't think it's very good,
Yeah.
but
So Spider-Man 3 for me it's only good because of the memes. And I
There's a
don't want
prequel
I'm not
effect to it.
I'm not starting a side conversation about this, but Spider-Man 3 to me reminds me a lot of Revenge of the Sith. I think Revenge of the Sith is a better
Yes,
movie.
I agree
Let's
with that. I see
I don't
where-
want
I
to
know
get
where you're
anyone
going
on
with
my
this.
ass.
But it's very memeable.
But it lives on it sits in me like Revenge of the Sith because the memes have become so ubiquitous with the film that I
yeah.
watch Spider-Man 3 for the memes. I don't watch it to watch the
it's
movie.
very interesting that you're saying because I just said this like
And-
literally under my breath a second ago. I'm like it's like the prequels, like it's like the start, like it's like the way it's viewed, like
You
it's
said
got
it has a prequel effect.
yeah, it has like it's like the Star Wars prequels
Yeah.
in that
So
in that way. yes.
it's not a good movie from like a critical like lens. I think the part about this that is also the part about Amazing Spider-Man 2 that isn't good is it tries to do too much. There's too much going on.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely true. Too many villains. Yeah.
Venom looks really the black suit looks really good. I think Venom is a victim of its time a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit.
I don't hate it, but it
He's the worst
coulda
of that
Oh, the
trilogy.
better.
animatronic stuff looks so good.
that's fair.
He's the worst in that trilogy.
Sandman is amazing. Sandman might be my favorite part of this movie.
yeah, Sandman's
I agree.
Connecting
agree.
Sandman back to Uncle Ben's death,
Little
I
dumb.
don't hate.
Yeah.
I kind of really like
It
that.
is a
that
little
full
ridiculous, but
circle. There's a lot of this movie that there is to like, but I think it just does too much. I don't love how it handles the Peter MJ dynamic. There's a lot of this
I mean, the
movie
entire
that
trilogy
doesn't
has a lot of
sit
issues with
well
that, to be
for
fair.
me.
Can I jump in on
this
on
movie?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, real quick, my final thing is for this movie for me is probably, unfortunately, if we were grading memes, it'd be spectacular. But if we're grading movie, this to me is bottom of Ultimate, maybe top of Friendly Neighborhood. Like it's funny, it's nostalgia, but I can take the nostalgia out of it, and it's not a great movie. And Julian, you wanted to jump in?
If I can pop in on this one, I actually I'm talking about from my like personal experience. When I was a kid, I mean, this was the one I watched the most.
Yeah.
But I
can
think
see
this
that.
was. But I think realistically, it's probably because this was the one I had the most access to.
Mhm.
This is the one I had the most toys from. I had the Sandman toy. I had the Venom toy. I had the black suit
black
and the
suit
red
Spider-Man
suit
toy,
Spider-Man.
yeah.
Like I
The
had
Lego
the action
the
figures.
Lego black suit Spider-Man. Love.
So like, but like I had all of the toys that were related to this movie. I had the fucking Spider-Man car that had nothing to do with this movie, but it was a piece of like merchandise from this movie. So like nostalgia wise, I'm like, oh man, like I watched this movie and it makes me like I feel like I'm like 8 again. But I think in terms of like being like a good movie, there really isn't anything about this movie that gets me. Like I think that the connection between Sandman and Uncle Ben is probably like my favorite part, I guess, which is really low. I think MJ in this movie is really bad.
There's a bad
now I
kiss in
do
the movie.
like the now to me the ending of this movie is probably like my favorite part, specifically the part where Harry sacrifices himself. Is probably the part that when I was younger, that was like the part that got me the most. Was like, that's his best friend. Oh my god, like just heartbroken. But nowadays I watch it and I'm like, man, this is just it's just kind of lame. Like the black suit is really the only good thing about this movie.
My controversial opinion
You want
is
forgiveness,
that
get religion.
Yeah.
But I can't forgive this movie
Yeah.
for fucking anything that it does.
My
It's
controversial opinion is
all
I don't think that there's probably a little things like some MJ stuff, but I actually
I would
don't
have
think
to
this
say
movie is
has to
that.
go an ultimate below Homecoming.
I don't think this movie's that bad until the third act.
See,
I
I
think-
disagree. But
I think
it's
I
the
do
opposite.
think
It's
there's-
weaker than the first
yeah.
substantially, but I actually don't think it's like the worst thing ever until the third act.
No,
Where
it's definitely
because also
not.
the third act's also very abrupt. If you remember
Yes.
watching, it's one of the most abrupt like cuts to a third act like of all time.
Yeah.
It almost literally cuts.
Yeah, it
to the
does.
third act.
It literally
Like,
does.
It's just like, oh, we cut.
And we're
So
in third act
I
now.
feel like I enjoy this movie a little bit more than others. Like,
it's,
I mean,
it's, very fun
definitely
watch.
more.
It's a very
fun
good
It's
to
fun watch.
definitely more. I feel like I'm more leaning to what you're
Jack, they're
putting
turning
down
into
there,
you.
Christian. I do.
Everyone's got one.
I
said
do
to my
want to
brother,
say
and
though.
I said to my brother, and you guys might not like this. Like I've said, like I think there, my opinion might be. I haven't watched this movie in a bit, but I said you guys won't like this opinion. But I was like, like all three Maguire movies might be better than the two amazing movies.
Okay,
like
well,
because
we're
it's just,
not
because
talking
again,
about
it's
the
still,
movie.
it's,
But my
to me,
thing-
it's
but
still
I
a
think I
Sam
wanna
Raimi
say-
movie. At the end
what
of
I
the
want to
day.
say is I think Spider-Man 3 by itself is far and away better than Far From Home. And
yeah,
I
100%.
think that is not I don't even think that's a controversial opinion. I think Far From Home is the worst Spider-Man movie of all time.
I hope we
I
get
would
that
And
one
the-
shit on it.
disagree with
And
that.
I'm excited to rate that, but the Spider-Man 3 is definitely one of the worst ones overall. Like
Sure.
it's like if you look
Yeah,
at,
yeah,
like,
objectively yes.
I
It's a-
get like the difference of opinion on
you take the so bad it's good
on
out of it,
Amazing,
then
yeah.
like
I
yes.
get difference of opinions on the Amazing series, but like so
Just
Spider-Man
get
3
Bully Maguire and praying to kill Peter Parker and
Yeah.
like all that shit. Like, all, like
Yeah,
it's just like
it's-
it's like
so like that's where like
The
I can
dance scene,
enjoy
like, all that
I
stuff
can
is, like, I
enjoy
just-
the
yeah.
watch.
mhm.
And I versus
Which
like
has
far,
value to it.
versus
That
like
has
Far
value.
From Home, which I'd never
Yeah.
want to watch again.
Sure,
so
yeah.
like that's where it's
crazy.
I think
Far
like
From Home's dog shit.
Spider-Man
Jack?
3 is I think a decent movie. It's not the best. It's still not one of
No,
the
it
best
is-
Spider-Man
I
movies
think
we got.
the common agreement right now is that this movie's like it's okay, you know.
It's ultimate, yeah.
It is
I'd put-
the perfect
okay, it's a very fun
stupidly
watch.
fun movie to watch.
Yeah.
I will say that this movie
Very
like
watchable.
accidentally did something crazy, which is that like it completely rewrote Venom for like the next decade
Yeah.
Really?
because
Oh, yeah.
Venom isn't like inherently an evil character, but this movie's like no, this if you put the Venom suit on, you're evil. Like you're going to turn evil. And that's
Is that
not
kind of how they depict it?
no in this movie, yes. In comics, no. Like
Up
no,
to that point.
I mean, I'm just trying to remember how exactly they depict it in this movie. Like, what is the first time like he like goes full Venom?
Well, I know they specifically said to just specifics of the movie that the Venom for whatever reason had a specific decade. I forgot what decade they'd said
Mhm.
in the movie, but it was like a decade was imprinted on Venom, and that was so it's boosting all your emotions, and then it's also making you act more like that decade,
Oh, I
whatever
see.
that
Okay.
was. Because
Um,
that was
because obviously
they used
I can
that to
explain
explain
I can explain
the
real
emo
Venom real quick because I think it's
Literally
important.
slaps MJ in the face.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, that's insane. But no, but specifically, it's a bad adaptation of Venom, who
Yeah.
like as a character, like Venom, and obviously like Venom's been a hero now for a very long time.
Yep.
And that part of that is based in this origin as well, where like Venom like actually enjoyed like helping
He
Peter.
loves
like
Peter
he loved,
Parker.
he actually adores Peter Parker.
Yeah.
He like like and like he like would most want to be attached to Peter
And-
Parker
and Double
like more than
Trigger-
anyone, and like and then obviously like it's that separation that like it's literally vindictive, and it's literally like blindsided by like that, like no, this like by his almost love or like or want and attachment to Peter, and then he goes and finds like this other like person in Peter's life, obviously, who also has like these similar thoughts.
And Double
like,
Trigger just said like Sony forced Venom into the movie, which is
Yeah.
kind of very true. It's
Yeah.
like
Not
I
even
think
kind
it's-
of like that.
I
That
mean,
is
that's just true, but like it is also a thing of I enjoyed Venom being in the movie, but also at the same time, like I could totally see if Sam Raimi had full control and
Sure.
it was just the
Yeah, he wouldn't be
Sandman
here.
movie.
And real
potentially.
quick, because Crilly explicitly told me to do this.
Oh my god.
Earlier in the chat, they were discussing different things, and Crilly has a defense of this film, so I'm going to read a couple of
Okay,
his
interesting.
messages.
Sure.
3 is bad, but it has really good things. Sandman scene,
Yeah.
amazing short film right there.
Mhm.
The Harry Peter fight with the ring. The highs are high,
not bad.
the lows in 3 are abysmal.
Mhm.
3 literally knew that they were going to go into the relationship, MJ, and they knew they couldn't write it effectively. It caught up with them. Peter and MJ both acknowledge how toxic their relationship is.
Interesting.
So I real quick, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, then they go into other things. Okay, and then they're talking about Amazing Spider-Man. Real quick, hang on. Crilly, anything else to add, Crilly? Again, the highs are really high, the lows are abysmal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he
I don't know,
just
Ultimate?
really wants
We
to.
also
Yeah,
have
I'd
Ultimate?
say
Like-
for enjoyability of this movie, I'd say bottom ultimate.
I would say Ultimate. I would be okay with Friendly Neighborhood because Friendly Neighborhood, like I know we're putting a lot of things in Ultimate. Like Friendly Neighborhood for this movie, I feel like is fine. I feel like things can be lower.
No, listen. Objectively, it's Friendly Neighborhood, but enjoyment-wise, like the boost from like the so bad it's good.
I
the
do
evening,
think-
right? But I think
the
puts
top
it up
of
a
Friendly
little bit.
Neighborhood and see if maybe it gets
Okay,
better.
because
yeah,
that'd
let's
be
put something in.
worse.
Let's put
Let's
something
put
in.
something
Yeah,
Friendly
there.
all right,
Neighborhood.
Be
sure.
something to put there. I
That's
think
fine.
That's okay.
I
Yeah.
think
It's
I
only
think
getting
that's a
pulled up
fair-
for like
oh,
kind
no,
of
I
like
opened a
biased
different app.
reasons.
Hold on.
Ryan's messing up.
Yeah, I misclicked. So top of Friendly Neighborhood.
First Friendly Neighborhood.
Oh, what's
Um,
next? What's next, yo?
I do think that is a fair spot for it, if we're being honest. I don't hate that
Yeah.
as much as I like the movie.
We'll probably try to go speed.
All right,
this
next
year.
one.
I don't
We
think
might
have-
be-
I
well,
don't think
there's
we have-
one
I
that
don't
we're
think
not
we have
even gonna
much to say.
discuss
I think
when it
we've
pops
gotten
up.
through most of the.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Ah, there it is. Get
There it
it
is.
I've never seen this. movie.
Racist Spider-Man.
I've
Race-
also
the-
never seen.
I've
this.
never
It should
watched
be in
this.
the
Do
racism
people
tier.
want
I
to
put-
know what happens in this?
Just-
this
just-
No,
Yes,
no,
Jack,
no,
Jack
one-
is-
no,
no. Jack, I want Jack to explain. I've
Yeah,
told Jack.
let's
Okay,
hear
Jack.
so
I want
when-
Jack to
Hang
explain
on,
the plot
Jack.
to me.
Before you describe it, what tier is it going?
Oh,
in?
it's in Sonyverse.
Okay. Now
It's
describe
going
it.
in the racism tier.
So when this movie first got announced, even before any of the controversy, like I was like, oh, and it looked like pretty cool. So when the movie did come out, and when the movie came out, I didn't know about the controversy, so I watched it. And even watching this movie, I was like, this is so bad. Spider-Man is not in this for like 95% of it. It is all Peter just being like, I can't be Spider-Man anymore. I can't, like it. And then he goes to like this kid's house who worships him as Spider-Man, and he's like, kid, you fucking suck. Like Spider-Man's terrible. And then leaves. He leaves. Like, there's no character development in that scene. Like it is so bad.
So
Okay,
a lot
that's
of
enough.
a
Thank you,
lot
Jack.
of comments are asking me what this is, so they're not deep into the lore
So
like
he
we are.
helped us.
So
yeah.
real quick,
Jack, you informed
Spider.
everyone.
This image. Also, people are saying that the image is hard to see, which is fair enough because it's pretty low quality because the movie's low quality.
That's true.
This Spider-Man Lotus is a fan
There's
film.
the kid. He's right on top.
The- Spider-Man Lotus is a fan film that was made, and this is the director's relatively own words. It was made for 2 reasons. One, he wanted to make a real Spider-Man movie, unlike the slop that Marvel/Disney's giving us. That was one motivation. His second motivation was to create a movie, hire his crush so he can fuck her. I'm not lying. That is factually, like, he admits to this. He wanted to have sex with the actress he casted as MJ, and so that's why he made this movie.
Oh
so
my
that he
God.
could
And he made
cast
it
her in
because
it
he's a
and have
racist.
sex with her.
And again, like the only reason it's even on this list is because technically it has.
I made a joke about it in the group chat.
We didn't
so
even
now it's
want-
here.
But that-
So-
Well, no,
it's-
I
it's
included
my
this
fault.
A so that we would have a clear and away movie that we could just all shit on for a little bit.
Like, what is it about?
It-
Well,
It is-
Jack
it is-
explained it. What do you
It
mean?
is about Spider-Man dealing with the fact that Gwen Stacy died,
Oh yeah,
and
you forgot
the
that part.
entire movie is him
Being
trying,
sad.
being sad, and saying that he never wants to be
You
Spider-Man
know, like
again.
the 5 minutes at the end of the movie, like the 5 minutes before the last minute of the movie you two really really like. It's an entire movie of that.
It's
Oh.
an
it's
entire
bad.
movie. It's
And
like-
it's
bad.
Alright,
bad.
well then let's just
Let-
put it in the.
But
But
we can
worse,
get
but
through
like,
this.
but not good.
We
at
can get
all.
this
Like, we're
again.
just- and
The
he was
only
good in that
reason,
movie. I
the
like
only
ending of that
reason
movie.
is that we even rated this is because technically it does have a theatrical release because the guy paid a bunch of money.
The director paid for like 3
yeah, like
theaters
4
near his
theaters, yeah.
hometown to show it.
So it is terrible. It is bad.
It is bad.
Don't-
It is worse than any of the Sony
Don't
movies.
watch it.
Yeah,
It's
don't-
bad.
yeah,
Don't
actually,
give this
yeah,
guy
yeah,
any
don't watch
money.
it.
Generally, don't watch it.
I
It
don't
is
say that
just-
about films very
I'm
often.
gonna
but-
fucking watch it tomorrow.
The
Don't do
only
that.
thing this movie is known as the racist Spider-Man movie
Yeah.
because the director's texts got leaked
Oh yeah.
and he's a racist. The
Yeah.
director's
Yeah.
a racist. N-word, memes, all this stuff. Racist.
bad.
Racist, sexual harassment for hiring someone that you want to have
Yeah,
sex
I
with
guess
for
so.
Yeah.
for that reason.
It-
like
we're
just
we're,
bad.
Again, let's get
Bad.
off of this movie.
we
now.
did it.
Goodbye,
just,
Lotus.
this is here just for us to
We
shit
did it
on
for
it.
the
Onto a
memes.
real movie.
Well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, so before Brand New Day, the best of the Tom Holland movies. Can we all agree?
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree.
Like,
Okay,
Not even
starting
close,
on
sure.
a place that we all agree, the best of the Tom Holland movies. Again, before Brand New
before Brand
Day,
New Day.
before Brand New Day,
Yeah, before not
The-
counting.
yeah,
Of the home
Of the-
trilogy,
of-
this is
yeah.
the best.
of
one.
the John Watts trilogy,
yes.
this
John
is the
Watts.
best. It is also Tom Holland. Tom Holland has gotten better with each movie, in my opinion.
He's very good in the second half
Um,
of this.
I will agree.
He emotes amazingly. Tom Holland's a very emotive actor, especially in his face. He does a great job.
Yep.
The Aunt May death made me cry.
Yeah.
Which Reagan can
that
attest
works
to, at
on
least
me.
with movies that we've seen in the theater. I don't cry very often in the theater. It does
cries
happen
all the time.
but it really doesn't. But it has happened more now that I'm married and like
allowed
going
to
to
have
become a
feelings.
dad.
Allowed to have feelings, yeah.
But like it made me
Ryan
cry.
Just,
it
Ryan
was
just dropped a lore on the
I know he
channel.
just dropped
well.
it.
Let's see if
without
anyone
even-
catches up on that.
Has that lore been dropped anywhere else?
No.
Oh shit! Well, soon.
Drop it
It-
on a live stream.
The villain. So the only negative about this movie is that it relies
On nostalgia.
it relies on nostalgia, and all of the best acting is by villains that aren't
Peter's
his.
name, yeah.
So I do get that complaint, but at the same time,
It also
I
doesn't
don't
look
care.
It also doesn't look very good.
Like, well, yeah,
I
there's-
would
well,
disagree
parts
with
of it
that.
don't
It's made
look very
during
good.
COVID.
Parts,
But
of,
parts
parts
of
of
it
it,
bad.
do
It
look
parts of
very
it
good.
look
I
amazing.
fucking hate that argument because I so disagree with you. There are so many parts of this movie
There are
that
fine
look so
shots
good.
occasionally, but like there are some shit that's like unforgivably bad.
Yeah,
like,
but
for
that's not
a like
because
a
of
$200 million blockbuster.
is.
It was. It was because they couldn't. Yes, it was
It's
literally
because
because
they
of
couldn't use
COVID.
sets. It's
yes,
like it,
it's,
I
it is because of COVID.
They
Like,
use
I don't-
practical sets all the time in this movie. What are you talking about?
Okay, hang on. Before we divulge into that, I want to
There's some fine
I want to
sets. Like, they have
stress.
the
I
same
want to
Tim Tam
re-point
Corbin
out.
shit.
This movie is really, really good. For me, this is amazing. It's not spectacular.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
not
so
spectacular,
blinded
no.
by nostalgia that
Yeah.
I'm like one of its
It's amazing.
diehards. But it has to fall in the amazing tier because it brings all the best. It was Tom Holland's best, and it brought back Toby and Andrew, and both of them are really good in this movie.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And all of the villains that they bring back are really good in this movie. Lizard kind of serves no fucking purpose.
I mean, he's
like
barely
Lizard
in it,
of
yeah.
all of them is probably the weakest
He's in a
villain that
truck
they
half
brought
the
back.
movie.
I
But
think that
but it's also hard to stack up against
Yeah.
They
They
Willem
wanted to focus
Dafoe,
on the actor.
Yeah.
Alfred
Yeah,
Molina. Even Sandman, I felt like was better in this movie than Lizard. Like Lizard
Yeah.
made
He
no
was the
fucking
worst,
sense
yeah.
this
Lizard had
movie
the
for
least to
me.
do, yes.
And Jamie Foxx
Jamie
was
Foxx
really
did
good in
great
this
in
movie.
this.
That really did a lot of redemption for Amazing Spider-Man 2 for me, was seeing Jamie Foxx in this and actually like be good
Well,
in
and
that role.
I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. Is they heavily improved upon Jamie Foxx in this movie. This movie, I would absolutely say it's an amazing tier. This is,
It has similar qualities to Infinity War and Endgame. Like
yeah,
in
and I
terms of
think-
like
and I
that,
think
it's
because
kind of
it's
like an
meant to
event
be,
more than a
you know,
film in a lot of ways.
yeah,
but
it's
like
more of an
it's
event than a movie. But also like
But there's some really great shit in it though.
There's some of the best of Tom Holland's Spider-Man is in this movie, period. Like, there's moments in this movie that I think are even better acted by Tom Holland than in A Brand New Day, but there's just certain moments, not saying that the movie is better, but
I was saying a lot of like
moments.
what we got out of
Like-
Holland in Brand New Day like is from like the second half of this
well, I
like,
agree,
film.
and
like,
I think I specifically like, oh my god, like one of my, I think personally my favorite scene in the whole movie is when it's Toby and Andrew and Tom Holland and they're on the rooftop, and when they talk about like, you know,
Great power.
with great power comes great responsibility.
yes,
It's
that
Uncle
seems
Ben
great.
said
I
it
was
the
just
day he
thinking
died.
about
Like,
that.
Like that scene is so good.
Maybe it wasn't for
And
nothing.
then on top
maybe,
of
yeah.
that, like just the interactions between the three Spider-Men are so good because they're all still like, you can tell that these three actors love playing this character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that Andrew loves being Spider-Man. Toby loves being Spider-Man. Like, on top of that, there's one downside for me. Which is that two.
Other than the CGI Spider-Man
Well,
suit.
the CGI is just
Oh, yeah.
so bad. Like, the CGI for Tom Holland specifically. The other two Spider-Men are actually not that bad. But he specifically, just for some
I don't know
reason,
why
is
they
so
picked that
bad.
aesthetic for this suit
Every
for the
time.
MCU. I really
Also,
don't know.
I don't like his Iron Spider suit in this. I just don't like the suit. I like the black suit from Far From Home, but I don't like this.
The
whatever.
integrated suit.
Yeah, I don't like that. But the thing that falls short for me on this is that they spent so much money on this movie, and they could not, for some reason, get the actors for Sandman and the Lizard to just be actually in the movie. They had to reuse old footage of them to do the curing scenes of them.
Oh yeah,
That bothers me because, like,
that's just a money thing.
but
really.
CGI
I think that-
no,
Well,
but
it's partially money. Real quick, it's partially money, but at least for Sandman in particular,
He's
I
old
know
as
it's-
shit.
that actor himself was like, I don't look
Yeah, he's old.
like
as
that
shit.
anymore, and that was just a flat out like it won't look good.
Yeah.
Like
But
that,
I
no
guess-
disrespect
but-
to him, but because he's the one who said it, and I think in an
Yeah, but
interview
Thomas
he
Hayden
flat
Church-
out said that like he was like, I didn't want to appear physically. Like he almost flat out said that was a him decision.
But I think that's like that regardless whether it was a him decision or not, or it was a money thing or whatever, like it's a problem for me to have a CGI Sandman the whole movie, and he's in the movie as much as he is. Like, it just doesn't. It's one of those things where
Him being Sam the entire time is kind of funny.
him being
Like,
Sam the entire time is
it's like-
actually it's a negative for me.
All right,
Well,
fair
it's
enough.
coarse and
fair
it's
enough.
rough and it gets everywhere.
The Lizard I can understand a little bit more because
To be fair, they just keep him out of the film for most of
right,
it. Like he's
but-
in a trucker
but
and like
for
it's fucking.
specifically for him, it's I don't know.
They don't even have a scene of Spider-Man catching him.
So,
like,
Yeah,
so
it's just that and
Strange
also,
catches him.
the fact that specifically the shot of Rhys Ifans getting cured at
Yeah,
the
that
end
shit.
is literally a shot that is used in
Yeah, I
Amazing
know.
And
Spider-Man.
Thomas Hayden Church from
Yeah,
Spider-Man
it's,
3.
It's very
Yeah.
frustrating. It's like they were like, oh, we reused old footage, but it wasn't like they reused old footage of Leia in Episode 9, where there was like stuff that would never seen on
Oh,
camera
I
before.
hate that.
So-
it was literally shots taken from the other movies.
So
That just
double
bothers me.
double trigger did
But
say
that's
that
very specific.
for Lizard was there and that's what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so very much just like their Lizard had no.
Also, this movie though was so obviously spoiled by the leaked trailers and the
Well,
mistakes.
they did that. They did that on purpose.
Yeah, that was a Marvel thing. Marvel leaked all of their own stuff.
But that really.
Well, I mean,
And
kind
they
of.
even made the trailers
I'll be
bad
honest.
on purpose. It made obvious things so people would like fill. In
I
the blanks
was
because, like,
I gotta say I was chronically online enough at that point where I was like I remember reading the DoorDashers tweet saying that that Andrew Garfield was
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
this general vicinity of the filming, and I was like, oh, so Andrew Garfield's in the movie. I was not surprised at all.
But even
And
But
so-
but it's still, even
I
though
think,
we
the
all
prevailing, I think
knew
the
it was
prevailing
going to
narrative
happen,
going into this movie was everyone knew that they were going to.
even knowing that all three of them were going to be in the movie, when they did show up,
it was great.
that
That's the only reason why this
theater
movie's
was
this high.
the loudest.
we went together.
It's the
think
only
so.
reason this movie is this high is
Yeah.
because, like, despite the fact that it is relying upon nostalgia, at least everyone is batting like 1,000.
I'd like to say
Like,
one
you know what I
thing,
mean?
and I'd like to
Yeah,
just
sure, go.
keep it at this. Andrew Garfield, in every single reaction,
He's the best
video
in this
to
three.
this, in every single reaction video to this movie I have seen, gets the biggest applause out of literally every
It's 'cause
single
he's
reaction.
Because they made him
Because-
better in this movie.
But he was good. It's the same character, but it's like just I feel like we spent this whole podcast shitting on Amazing Spider-Man, and he fucking nails
Did
it
we?
in this movie, and he gets his redemption in this movie. His character's hysterical, like he was in the other ones. Like the way that they portray him interacting with the other Peters is like Peter 3.
Oh, he's
like,
yeah,
it's
he's
so
sick in
good.
this. He's really.
think
so
he puts in the best
fucking good.
performance
First
of
off,
the 3.
we never said that Andrew Garfield was bad in his role.
No, I'm talking about we spent so much time shitting on those movies, like
because
but-
they're bad movies, but
he
they
No,
did
they're
deserved
not.
great
better,
in this.
They're not.
And he
Um,
deserved better treatment than he got, and this movie did it for him. And
Yes,
I'm
it
very
did.
proud of him.
So-
Good job, Andrew, my boy.
So let me. So this movie, is
Reagan
definitely
doesn't
the
like this.
best of the Watt
Yeah.
trilogy. I still don't like. I still don't like it as like if as an event movie. I can agree it's an amazing. I would normally just put this in ultimate. I have not cared about any single one of the Watt trilogy at all. And this
crazy.
one is the best of them, and it's more that for the nostalgia and like seeing all the other Spider-Man and like seeing how they interact. It is good.
I mean, nothing
but
good
the
about this
more that
movie
we've-
comes from John Watts.
the more that we've talked
Like-
about it, though, I do think it can go into amazing, and I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I'm okay with amazing.
it's very
Amazing.
much. It's very much the best of the Watt trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I still have problems
It
with
can
the
go
Watt
bo-
trilogy.
I would
a
put it
lot,
at bottom of amazing. Probably. I don't know what else we have in amazing
Yeah.
at the moment.
I don't think
but-
we have like one other thing.
So,
amazing.
just to rope this back, and to kind of go through comments a little bit, is like I do, and we talked about this when we did our MCU ranking. It is an event film. I do think, and what Julian said about like how like a lot of reactors that reacted to this movie, like the most applause was for Andrew. I think like it's hard to divest this from watching the movie. Whoever your Spider-Man is, you're most excited for that Spider-Man. Like I've seen
Yeah,
a
it's
ton of
fine.
people be like, "Oh, Toby's the best part of this movie." Like and wholeheartedly believe that, and that's just cuz they grew up on the Toby movies and love Toby. So like they're all great in this movie.
Yeah,
like
they all
they
do a good
all
job.
play it really well. They all have good moments.
Yeah, Toby and Andrew
There's
seamlessly
not a
go
lot
back
that's
into their
bad with this
characters.
movie.
They do.
Like it, realistically, like I think the worst part about this movie is that it takes too long to get all three Spider-Man on screen.
everything once Goblin, like this movie really turns on and becomes fucking amazing when Goblin,
Yeah.
like
Well, because
comes out.
Willem Dafoe's always
When
Can we
Goblin
talk
starts
about-
gobbling,
And then we get the Mary Jane thing, and then it goes into all the multiverse stuff at the end. I think the beginning is kind of weak.
the beginning is the weakest
Ish,
part.
yeah.
In the middle is not even like that, but at least like you believe Peter wanting to save these people at least. So, but again, it gets better as it goes.
I
like
think we're all good
Can
with
we
amazing.
talk about real quick? Can we just like acknowledge that Willem Dafoe would not come back unless he was able to do all of his stunts?
that's
Love it.
insane.
That's so cool.
cool, yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, I mean,
100%.
most of them. you
yeah,
know?
obviously
Uh,
he's not jumping out windows.
He
and
went
stuff,
through
but-
four floors.
So we have some
like-
comments, Ryan. You said.
No, I was summarizing what they were saying into
okay.
one
Oh, okay.
point.
So,
So
I think
then
we have
let's
one
put
more.
this as
goes
amazing,
as
and then we got
amazing.
one more to
Yep,
go.
with
That should be
Spider-Man
Oh my
hopefully.
God, we saved the worst for last.
Yeah.
Putting it in a. Are we putting
This
it
is
above
not the worst
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
1 or
movie.
below Spider-Man 1?
We
We'll
can
just leave it in the bottom. We'll leave it. At
we
the
can
bottom
talk
of
about
it
it
for now.
at the end. We can sort through the
Okay,
tiers in a
last
second.
one.
Last one.
But
I'll die on
should
a
be
hill that
easy.
this is not the worst Spider-Man.
It's the worst
movie.
Spider-Man movie.
This is the worst Spider-Man movie
It's
of all
really
time.
not.
okay.
I
this
mean,
is
it's probably a biased opinion, but like yes, but I'm gonna die on the hill that this is the worst one.
All right.
I'm gonna
Um,
go with you, Reagan.
it's not the worst one for me. It's the second worst one. And we've already had this discussion. We're gonna agree that this is gonna be low.
yeah.
I don't. Well, Jack. I mean, this is the worst Tom Holland.
All right,
movie.
what do we think is?
Hang on,
all right,
hang on,
what do you
hang
think
on.
is good?
I just want Jack's quick answer to this. It's the worst Tom Holland movie.
It is the worst of the Tom Holland movies, but
Okay.
I think that it is remarkably better than a couple of the other Spider.
I agree with you, but I'm saying as a group, we can all agree this is the worst of the Tom Holland movies.
By far,
And
yes.
now, a couple things that hot takes about this movie that I have. It is the weakest. It is not the weakest for the reasons that I feel like are going to come
We'll
up.
see. Well,
I
I'm curious.
love Mysterio in this movie.
Agreed.
Jake Gyllenhaal does a great job portraying him. It's the Mysterio stuff is the most visually stunning parts of the movie.
Agreed.
Sure, I
The-
don't disagree with
to
that.
me, Julian, to give you credit, the CGI suit in this movie actively makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Like I think it is the worst
It's
looking
terrible.
suits of the trilogy.
Except when he has the black one on, which which actually looks physical.
Spider Monkey.
So, there
Oh,
are
God,
two-
that's
there
so
are
bad.
two
But that shit's
things-
also bad, yeah.
There are two things about this movie that I actually like. Two, and that's it. Number one thing about this movie that I like is the scene where he reveals that he's Spider-Man to MJ and she figures it out. I actually think that scene is pretty
Yes,
interesting.
that is really good.
Where he's like,
Yeah, I don't mind
okay, you know what? I am Spider-Man, and
that.
like
Yeah,
that.
I don't mind that.
I
That's fine.
like that he's just like in such a panic that he has to tell her.
Mhm.
I like that, and I like the little bit after where Ned comes into the room and he's got like half his clothes off, and they're like, it's like super funny. Like I like that. Two, I agree. The CGI is so fucking terrible, but the red and black suit.
I think
looks
it
good. For me.
It actually kind of does.
I fucking love Spider-Man with
It's
the
a good
black, with the red and black.
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
just like that. Like when I play like the Spider-Man,
Spider-Man?
Marvel Spider-Man game. That's the suit I play.
The
in
black
most.
grounds it a little bit
Yeah.
more. I think.
But I
maybe
just
in
like I
reality.
like the
don't
way
know,
that
just-
like I like
The
the
colorway
way
is
that
good,
it
yeah.
looks. Like the contrast between the bright fucking red and the super dark black with the white spider. I just love that.
Which, to be fair, is how Spider-Man originally looked in the comics.
But I think that the black is awesome. I think that the suit in this movie, this is mind you, that is the only suit in this movie that I like. The rest of
You
them,
don't
I
like
think
Night Monkey?
No, I think that the rest of them are stupid.
Now
But I like that suit better than the integrated one.
so I
anyway,
have
those are the only two good things about this movie.
I
Other
have
than that,
two
hate it.
things as well. Like I have two things I could probably point to and say I like. Everything else about this movie I think is the worst possible. Like if you make a decision for a Spider-Man movie, they made the worst one. I think
Crazy.
I think this movie deserves to be just erased and
That's
snapped
crazy.
out of existence.
That's ridiculous.
But the two good things, the only two things I liked is, as Ryan hinted at, the Mysterio dream sequence in the where it's the zombie void, like
And
all
then he
that
gets hit
that
by a
whole,
train.
Yeah.
that whole bit
stuff
is cool.
That's
That
this
was-
movie's. That's this movie's like Amazing Spider-Man 2 like opening scene that people post on Twitter. Like, wow, look at how great this movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I-
it's
But
a.
now, mind you,
It's
wait
a
minute.
It's
hold
the,
on,
it's
hold
the
on, hold
one
on, guys.
scene that everyone
Hold on,
picks
guys.
to be
I
like,
got two things, so let me get
Yeah,
through
sorry.
it. That thing I like. And
That's
then the
good.
second thing is something that sorry if I didn't mic. His second thing is something I like. As for the MCU version of this character, I do not like it as a Spider-Man thing at all. But after seeing Tony Stark's death in the previous Endgame movie, which is because this movie that came out right after it, and then having it be having him play in the jet scene where he's making his
Yeah.
suit and you see
That was
Happy
cool.
I'll,
and you see Happy
piggyback off
kind
that
of-
and say Happy's good in this.
yeah,
Like,
and you
Happy's
see
very good in
Happy
this.
and you
Like,
see Happy see Tony Stark and Peter there.
Yeah.
I do like that scene a
I
lot.
do like that too.
It's
Yeah,
not
It is-
You're right.
It's fine.
it is-
in an MCU context, yes. It's fine.
In the MCU context, as a Spider-Man thing, no, but like in the MCU context,
Yeah,
yes.
I agree with that. So I would like to say what you guys were saying about the Mysterio sequence being like visually stunning. Every single thing in that sequence is visually stunning, except for the animation of Spider-Man.
That is kind of
Yes.
true.
The literal
he's not
animation
wrong.
of the character is so janky in that scene,
he's
but
not
the
wrong.
rest of the VFX is so good when Mysterio's
And-
flying around and zombie fucking Iron Man and all the ghosts and the
Um,
fucking Steven, and then
yeah,
Spider-Man just looks like shit.
So one thing,
It's so
double
annoying.
Trigger just called this out, and I love this as well. I really don't like this one in particular because all the Spider-Man villains are fake. Hydro Man and Molten Man have wasted future villains, and it's like, yeah, those.
I guess.
I mean, those
I don't
two-
care about
they
that
can
as
come
much, but I
back,
can
like,
see.
they weren't
I don't
real.
think anyone's sad that Hydro
And I
Man.
will
It
say
could be cool.
Also, I do want to
What's
say
gonna happen
one
when
thing that I
MJ
think
needs
was
to,
a
like,
cool thing
become
that
water?
I will say one thing that I did think was cool. That I'm kind of thinking back on it now, and I'm like,
This is
"Ah,
crazy
man."
that we've been like I just want to say right now that you've all said different things about this movie, and then there's been an astounding like, oh yeah, that is a really good part of the movie. Like
No, we're
this is a pretty good movie.
I also said this about the movies I've been much like.
Now,
I've
we're
been
being
wait,
very
wait,
specific.
I
We're
will
being
say
very specific. We can
something
go
else.
on and on about stuff. We don't
we
like
didn't
about
really
this
got
movie.
into the bad yet. We're still on the good.
Yeah,
We're
we're
about
still-
to get into the bad.
But I will say,
Like-
I will
like-
say also something that I think about more and more. the one thing that did like make my jaw drop in the theater was fucking when Mysterio's dying at the end and he uses the spider sense to grab his arm before the bullet
Yeah,
is
yeah.
shot.
So cool.
That scene's fine too.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
yeah, that's cool.
Okay,
The rest
real-
of this fucking movie is like
When they decide to
a
acknowledge that he has spider
migraine on a
sense,
fucking
finally,
stick.
yes.
And
Like,
So to piggyback off that, because that's a great segue for a negative, that dope, love that. To piggyback to a negative that specifically the YouTube chat is very much ganging up on, calling it the Peter Tingle is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous.
so
That's
bad.
That's the most MCU
It's so
bullshit
bad.
It's
that's
so
ever.
bad.
That's some of the
But
most
it's-
MCU
it's a
bullshit,
bit-
like
it's supposed
quippiness
to be
that's ever
stupid.
happened in
It's
one of
bad.
these films. And
It's-
Watts is such a
um,
stickler for that bullshit, unfortunately. And like his writing team that was working with, I mean, even though they've made a better product,
Make
like
by
with
committee.
Brand New Day, because it's the same guys, or at least two of them. Like,
So
Christian,
so
but we
that
didn't, like,
and then and
Yeah,
I
I
want to
gotta
talk
go.
about
I gotta
my
speak- oh, yeah,
negatives
you
for
go,
this
yeah.
because again I'm
we haven't
low
even
on
gotten to
this.
the positives of Christian yet.
I think you already
He's
addressed
piggybacked
it.
on
You
it.
addressed it. You said that. You
a
said
couple
the
couple
positives that
negatives
I
for
had.
me. Again, I don't. It's the worst of the Tom Holland movies, but I don't think it's. I think it. I actually have this. Do I have this above Spider-Man 3?
Yes,
I might.
you do. You had all 3 Spider-Man Watts movies above Spider-Man 3.
Okay. It's close though. This and 3
That's
are close
insane.
to me in quality. But a couple things negative for me that first off the Night Monkey, all that shit is bad. That I don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. I love Sam Jackson. I don't love
He's terrible in this.
he's phoning it in a bit.
And Maria Hill,
And
whatever her actress
Forget
name is.
all of that. I don't like the rug pull that it's scrolls. That made no sense to me. The
Like,
post-credit scene
the
is there in the
post-credit
thing,
scene,
and they
yeah.
turn
Oh,
into
Asian
scrolls,
thing.
and
I
it's not
forgot
even
about-
them,
I
and
forgot
it
about
made
that
no
shit,
sense to me.
Yeah.
That felt
'Cause that didn't
wasted.
pay off at all.
It
What
did.
do you mean? You
In-
didn't watch
in
Secret Wars?
Invasion.
You didn't watch Secret
We don't
Invasion?
talk about Secret Invasion.
Like-
Secret Invasion's ass. Don't
It's the
worry
worst
about it.
thing ever.
can't believe
Anyways,
that's a fucking
I think it's
fucking-
universally agreed Secret Invasion is the worst MCU product
Yeah,
ever.
but
Well,
period.
I think what
Full
happened was
stop.
they were like, oh man, we killed Tony Stark. We don't know what to do with Nick Fury anymore. Might as well just throw him in this shitty fucking TV show.
It was just part of the
Well-
contractual obligation that I've been talking about. Where it's
No,
like
no,
every
we're talking.
Spider-Man
No, we're talking
movie
about
needs
we're talking
to-
about Nick Fury in Secret Invasion, not this movie.
Oh, but no, we're talking about this movie. I think.
Now we're back to
You're
the
talking
movie.
about this
well, I
movie,
was
right?
talking about.
He was talking
I
about Secret
like,
Invasion.
After Tony Stark's death, they put
That
him
was like
in
5
this
years later,
movie,
though, but-
and then they were like, oh man, we don't know what to do with Samuel L. Jackson anymore. I guess we can make a
Well,
show
either way,
about him
Fury
being
in
a
this movie is
Skrull.
just part of
It's
the
like,
that like very transparent contractual obligation to put a major MCU actor in every Sony
mean,
Spider-Man
realistically,
movie,
putting him in this
irregardless
movie
of if
doesn't
their
do
role
anything in
even
this
fits
movie.
like well into it. It's not that well. It's not. He's just
Yeah.
kind of like and it's like, oh, he's Nick Fury's stupid. Well, it's because he's a Skrull. It's like it's fucking a cop out. It's a
So,
bullshit.
again,
you
yeah,
don't.
and
It's in the
that's-
post credit scene. Like
and that's it's a big thing about this movie that I don't like.
the setting. I just
a thing
hate
that
the
we
setting.
didn't mention real quick to jump back to likes. One thing that we didn't mention that I do want to say that I really really love and is the Peter MJ stuff in this movie
fine.
is
It's like-
really I
it's-
really
I
like
don't.
it.
I don't. Again, I think
and
they
and I
really
really like the
I
I like
think
the Black
Zendaya's got
Dahlia
better,
necklace. I like all of that. She
can get
breaks
behind
it.
that.
She's like, I think it's even better. And like
I like
they're very
that, yeah.
cute together. I like it.
They're
it's very.
fine, yeah.
They're
I'm
high
not
school
saying it's
cuties.
the
Their kiss
best
at the
written
end is
thing
fine. I
ever,
like
but
that.
like it, I like
It's
it.
cute,
It's
but
but this movie does have negatives, and it just feels it. I'm not one to say this very often. It's the MCU-ness of it that does make this a bad movie.
Yeah.
It just doesn't land for a lot of it doesn't land for me. We did get the CEO of Sex
I think
meme
it's,
out of
I
this
think
movie.
it's terribly unfunny. Like as a
it-
film,
yeah,
I think
most of
it's-
the comedy
it's
doesn't
one of the
land
least
for me.
funny. I wish that missile hit their fucking bus and killed most of the side characters because they're some of the most insufferable.
Oh, when
like,
he accidentally activates
like all of
Friday.
those characters,
So
the
bad.
teachers, like when I tell you that
All
every
the
ti-
teachers are
every
good.
time they're on screen, that's what I mean. Like that specifically the missile scene, like
Yeah.
is like it's the it. I think it's the worst MCU scene. I
Yeah.
genuinely,
Oh.
I genuinely
Jumps out of the
think
bus, right?
the missile scene where he's like
Unfortunately-
accidentally shoots the fucking
unfortunately-
like it's genuinely one of the worst.
Unfortunately,
one of the worst.
Quantumania exists.
Sure, no,
I'm
I
not gonna-
actually hate that scene more than any scene in Quantumania. Genuinely,
really.
yes, I genuinely hate
There's-
it. It's
there's
so
the
it's
clip.
it doesn't fit
Oh my
thematically
God.
with the rest of the movie. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like as like it's like this is a cartoon. Like this is a pure like not
What's
a
that
not a
kid-
good
what's that
not even a
character's
good
name?
one.
The
But like
the character's just like hitting on MJ.
That guy
Brad.
sucks. That fucking
When he-
bullshit.
when he
There's,
well, 'cause
there's
that's the
another
scene, right? He
terrible
almost
scene
blows
where he's
up
like,
Brad
"Take
or
off your
something.
clothes, Peter Parker," like with the random
that
like that,
one, yeah.
like most cringe
Okay,
scene in any MCU movie.
I
like,
will say
like terrible
that-
bullshit throughout this entire shit.
that-
Terrible
That's
setting.
the only thing that about this movie
There's
that
drones in
that
it, which
I
make it
don't
bad.
really love is the forced tension between Peter and MJ and Brad, and then the secret agent like having him strip and stuff. Like that's the only part of this movie that I'm like, this is unnecessary. But I enjoy most of like everything
movie
else
has
of this
drones.
movie.
But
So
also,
it's
like,
automatically
I'm
bad.
sorry,
That's my
but
rule.
God, the just the unbelievableness of even when he's fighting the water elemental, which isn't a water elemental, and he puts that fucking stupid ass mask on. Like, I get it that they're trying to be like he's in Italy, and so he put on this mask because he can't be Spider-Man.
Well,
But
he
it's
also
like-
doesn't have his suit because
No,
he
I
doesn't
understand
want
that,
to be
but
Spider-Man.
I understand that, but like,
Yeah, but
the- the
nobody
play
cares
on the
wants to.
joke-
Nobody wants to see fucking Spider-Man in Europe. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
but
just like,
the play on the joke there was like that is a very serious scene, and to just like throw a clown mask on him is just kind of stupid. Like,
Yeah, and
it just didn't make me laugh. Like, it was one of those things where I didn't laugh at it. I was like,
I don't think it was supposed to be a laughing moment. I think that it was literally just supposed to be.
absolutely is meant to be. He's wearing a jester mask, and he comes out of nowhere, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't have my suit." Blah blah blah. blah, And then I'll put on the fucking funniest mask I can find so that I hide my identity. It's absolutely meant to be played for a joke. The problem is, it's not funny.
I personally don't think that.
and
it
again,
was
they obviously like,
meant
and again,
to
I
be a
don't think this
joke.
is the worst thing because I think like weirdly enough, again, Mysterio is one of the better parts of the movie, but like it's like it's even more like it's Iron Man
yeah,
again.
and if I can
Like,
let me
it's
let me
like-
say this real quick.
And it's like to
Because-
the point
no.
that we brought back, like, look, it's Club Shitos from Iron Man 1.
Yeah, no,
Like,
agreed,
it's like,
agreed.
it's like, wow.
It
we're
is
like,
a disservice to Mysterio because honestly,
Yeah, it
Mysterio
is.
is my favorite Spider-Man villain.
yeah,
It
it's
really
great.
is, which is like
There are people
maybe
who have this opinion.
I
I
don't-
just watched a video earlier that
in like
someone had
all
this
the
opinion.
comics.
Genuinely.
Every time Mysterio comic is out there, I love it. I am a big fan
Ultimate
of Mysterio.
was great, actually.
So the fact that they just destroyed his character in this and it did a complete character assassination on him, I hated it. I really just
Yeah, this is one of those too much MCU fan fiction story, like backstory for my liking. The MCU
Yeah.
occasionally moves a character too far, like from a thing that like there, which I think there still is. Again, you can morph these characters to kind of what they need to be to a certain degree.
Yes.
like for the movies and change different things. But like that's just like it's just not you're not doing any of like the like and it's like based with like Stark Tech or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it's based with. And again, it's just
Well, no,
and again,
it's
I have an
his own
opinion as well.
technology that
I have an
was-
opinion as
that he
well.
gave
Oh, yeah,
to
it's
Stark.
Listen,
Spark.
I have an opinion as well. You might have heard this before on the channel that if a movie has drones in it as like a big part, it is dog shit. I've never seen a good movie that,
that
utilized
you've been
drones.
right with that.
That
yeah.
is I can't think of a single movie that utilizes like drone enemies as a successful
good,
fun
yeah.
thing to
What
watch.
about Tron Legacy?
No,
That's so
What
much.
about Iron Man 2?
no.
Iron Man 2's good.
Also not
No.
the same really.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say good.
Also, I don't consider the. I mean, like an actual. I mean, when I say drone, I mean like the flying
Let's stay
bullshit-looking
to-
ones.
Alright,
Like, you know
let's,
what I mean?
let's vote on this.
Let's yeah.
I know it's a
Well,
really
no, wait,
weird
wait,
niche
wait,
opinion,
okay.
but I
Did
agree.
Jack
Venom
did
1
Jack
has it, too.
feel like he got his word out?
Yeah,
for
Jack,
this
do you have any
movie?
more defense to
I
give?
like the
or?
movie. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's good.
So then let's give final rankings on it. For each of
Okay,
us.
yeah, hang on. Yeah, we'll do that.
I'm not being objective with this one.
I think hang on, I need to see real quick where we put stuff.
You can go above Lotus.
Honestly, like in talking about it, I do feel like I have this under Spider-Man 3.
It's
I think I have this under
it's
Spider-Man
in
3
Friendly
now.
Neighborhood and it's below.
So I think it's
We've shipped
Friendly
away.
Neighborhood and I think it's lower than
So-
Spider-Man
so
3.
what's your-
But
what's
hang
your
on.
ranking?
So my ranking is Friendly Neighborhood,
Okay.
Whatever the last one is.
Sonyverse.
Friendly Neighborhood.
No, Sonyverse is
No,
the bottom.
Sonyverse is reserved for Lotus.
No, I don't think
Sonyverse.
so.
Sonyverse.
Sonyverse.
Yeah, Sonyverse. I can
I'll
put
go
whatever I
Friendly
want.
Neighborhood.
You
below
should have made a
Spider-Man 3.
racism tier for that.
I think
That would have given
Sonyverse.
away that it was in there.
I think Sonyverse. I agree.
Because
with
no,
Christian.
I'm
It's
not
terrible.
putting it in the bottom
Ultimate.
tier just because Lotus is.
So then it has to go. It goes.
It has
into-
to go in Friendly Neighborhood.
Yep.
Which
Below Spider-Man 3.
is
Yep,
you
below
know
Spider-Man
is
3.
just hang on.
It is
Which
everyone
such
needs
a
to
bet-
see it.
which
such a
makes
better
it
movie
which
than
makes it
Spider-Man 3.
according to the 716 official tier list the worst actual Spider-Man film not released by a racist. So we've done it,
It is
y'all.
so much better than
Good-
Spider-Man 3.
Congratulations.
Well,
Alright.
that's all. That to be fair, that is
I'm not taking
exclusively.
We've
That is exclusively because these two are heavily weighted by the spectacular votes.
I helped them out just for this
these.
moment.
But you know what?
I helped them out
Honestly,
just for this.
so much
Honestly, I
better
could
than
live with
Spider-Man
this.
3.
I can live with this.
They are
one
so
too.
much better than Far From Home. Like
Honestly,
okay,
this is
so-
the one case where the actual like how the Amazing Spider-Man movies look like just fucking so far away takes it over. Like,
I
don't
can
care.
agree with that.
Legitimately,
So-
I this
And
is
the
the
story
way
don't
it is
give
Hang
me
on,
right
real
now, I
quick,
can agree
real
with
quick.
that.
I want to talk. I want to go into the tiers. Obviously, this is on the bottom. We just agreed to this
I did
pretty much. Well,
I
just
lost
Jack,
something
just by the
once.
weighting, two people wanted it down here with racist
No, I
Spider-Man.
said that it's better than Spider-Man 3. It can stay in the tier.
Well, that's
No.
what. That's not how weighting works.
Yeah, but the weighted average has it below
This is
Spider-Man
the weighting-
3.
Sorry,
Alright,
Double
we got-
Trigger.
we
Double
got-
Trigger
we
just
gotta
also
go,
said
we gotta go.
Mysterio.
Okay,
Mysterio-
Ultimate.
one
No,
comment
everyone
real quick.
stop talking over me.
One
Hang on.
comment real
Ultimate.
quick.
Ultimate. We have Homecoming as the
You
last
interrupted.
of the Ultimate. We have Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man.
Mhm.
We have No Way Home, the OG Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Brand New Day, Across, Into. I think
I
there's
can agree
not,
with this.
at least in the tiers, I
Can
don't think there's any big
Can
arguments.
Can I
Big
try
arguments.
to make one point? First off, I would like Reagan to say the comment, but I want to make one adjustment to this list. But Reagan first.
Just a quick comment was Mysterio is a solo special effects artist, but let's give a whole team of several tech people who also hate Stark. And yeah,
What do
That
you
makes
mean?
sense.
I needed to see the guy from Spider-Man 1 again,
yeah.
So can I
let's
make
go back to the list.
one comment?
and the girl who he
Can you
stole
go back
his
to the
tech on.
list? Can I see the list real quick? I'd like to make one argument that potentially I could say that No Way Home is better than Spider-Man 1.
Ooh.
Ooh, I would disagree. But
I would
The reason I
disagree
say
too.
that is because
I would push back.
I think it has all of the really, really good elements of Spider-Man 1, but also maybe this is a personal thing. It has all the good elements of Spider-Man 1.
But it has Andrew Garfield.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, yes.
I'm poking fun.
But also, like, I just think, like, for me, like, this is a personal thing. Aunt May's death hits a little bit harder for me. And I think also, the transformation, like the
I think it's
Peter Tingle.
visuals.
I don't
I
think-
could agree. I think it's visuals. I don't think there's maybe that much in the story.
know, I
Completely.
like-
think,
I
but,
like
but,
the-
well,
the
one is
monologue that
directed by
Goblin
Sam
gives
Raimi and one is directed by John Watts.
No, but I don't
Like,
care
so-
about the director. I'm talking
No,
about
but
the
it
movie.
affects like how it looks
Like,
and like
I-
the
I-
aesthetic
I
and
care
all
about
these.
I don't think
I agree with you, Julian.
I don't know.
I
just
don't
wanna,
agree.
I just wanted to pose the idea
Ryan.
and see, like,
Ryan,
Your
what do you think?
tiebreaker.
Ryan's
I'm gonna be
So-
honest. I was reading comments.
idea
No Way
Just
Home.
hang on. One person
What-
boil it down.
What do you
Or
like?
Spider-Man.
One person
What do you like
boil it
better?
down.
No Way Home or Spider-Man 1?
which is the
Spider-Man 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're
we're
not
good.
saying-
So
yeah,
then
y'all are
we'll,
not
we'll
gonna
leave it
get
the way
that
that
one.
it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, and to sum it up and to read a couple comments real quick because there's a couple quick discussion comments.
Sure.
A lot of people are shocked that the Amazing Spider-Man movies are not at the bottom.
Thank you.
No.
Guys,
That's
Thank you.
That's
They are-
mostly
Thank you.
thanks
They
to
are
a few.
flabbergasted.
Never watched
Except for
fucking
Sledge.
Spider-Man
Sledge is aghast that Spider-Man 3 is not listed as the worst.
Yeah, no.
But
Thank you, Sledge.
so bad.
Nicholas
good.
Lopez and Sledge are arguing about Spider-Man 3 versus Amazing Spider-Man 2. But
Don't understand.
specifically, Crilly asked 716 Crew, and they had been discussing this in
Sure.
the comments, but he wanted our opinions. Who is your favorite and second favorite Spider-Man villain? And I'm going to add to this. It can be a specific depiction from the movies, or it can just be like a character from the comics that maybe hasn't been adapted that you love a lot,
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever. But just your favorite villain, and if it's specifically like, I'm just using this example. If specifically you're like Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, it clear like you can say
Okay,
Green
yeah,
Goblin,
yeah.
or you
We'll
can
go
be
down
more
the line, we'll
specific.
start
But
We'll go down the line.
whoa,
quick.
hang on.
I don't-
Down the line
I'm
starts
actually
with
not
me.
ready.
Yeah.
So hang on.
Well,
It's
So-
not movies. It's all. It's
Yeah,
anything
it's
as well.
any
It could
it's
be.
Villains in general.
just his as characters,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
characters. For me, number one is Green Goblin. I think part of that is because of Willem Dafoe, but I also think of Green Goblin as like to Spider-Man as Joker is to Batman. I just think they're too symbiotic. Not to make too much of a pun on that with the symbiotes, but it has to be Green Goblin is number one for me. A villain that I really enjoy that I'm waiting for an adaptation of, and I'm kind of hopeful that the MCU might do this eventually, but also I'm not, is Hobgoblin. I think is a fun. I specifically love how Green Goblin and Hobgoblin get like sassy bitchy against each other.
They did kind of do Hobgoblin in Spider-Man 3.
That
Did-
is true.
did they?
That was what Harry
That's
was
what Harry
technically called.
becomes. He becomes the new Goblin, but it's a
That's
take
not
on-
Hobgoblin.
It's a take
dog.
on
Hobgoblin's like a
No.
like a magic
When-
guy, isn't he?
When they
No.
were marketing the movie, they
Hobgoblin
called
was the
him
first
Hobgoblin.
before
Okay.
Green Goblin.
When
Well,
they-
outside of that, because that makes me mad, so I don't want to get into that. But
anyways.
but
it's a take on
Hobgoblin
Hobgoblins.
is so interesting to me because of the relationship with Green Goblin. And hot take, I don't love the symbiotes. Like it's really just something that like I get it's cool, I get it's something that everyone loves. I just don't really care. Like they could
You've
cut
never
that
seen
out of
it done right.
Spider-Man
You've
lore.
never
and
seen it done right.
Next,
They
so-
could cut that out of Spider-Man lore, and I wouldn't
Next
care.
up.
Christian,
never
are you
seen it
ready,
done
or do you
right.
want
No, I'm
someone
not
else?
ready yet.
All right,
All right.
I got it. My two are not in any of the movie. Well, Mysterio is number one, but and we did have unfortunately in the movie. But my number two is actually Chameleon. I think those two are my two favorite Spider-Man like villains. I will say like Doc Ock is always great, but I always like Doc Ock I like Superior Spider-Man or like Doc Ock and done in different ways, but I think like the Mysterio and Chameleon, like those two villains can add a lot of cool dynamics and cool moments, and I like both of them. So
what's your first and what's your second?
number one is Mysterio for sure, and then number two is Chameleon.
Okay, who wants it?
I'll go. I'd like to say real quick that we have 716 likes on TikTok right now.
Woo!
Hey.
But I think my top one is Doc Ock, and then my second one, when he's done correctly, is Kraven the Hunter.
I was gonna say I like Craven low key. Like
Kraven's
some,
low-key
has
good.
some shit. Yeah, I actually liked Ultimate Craven quite a bit. I'm trying to think if I know anyone off the top of my head. Still, I want to see Black Cat, even though she's not a villain.
Anti-hero.
I like Felicia a lot. or-
Yeah, okay, I gotta say, for counting Black Cat as a villain, then she would be.
I don't
she
really
would be
consider
my
it in
thing.
the
I
same
wouldn't.
like way,
Felicity
but
Jones could have been.
oh, it's Felicity. Is it Felicia? Oh no, Felicity Jones.
Felicity
did
Jones played
almost play,
Felicia
That's right.
in-
Could
Yeah.
have been. Could have been.
in that dog movie.
I actually want to see like a live action Fisk versus Spider-Man.
Yeah.
because it's a huge aspect of the character that's just like for some
Damn,
reason an
guys,
adaptation's
I already got mine.
only been put into like to Daredevil.
Right.
But he's also kind of equally as much in some ways
I
a
think
Spider-Man
Julian-
character.
My
So just to clarify, 1 and 2.
I guess those aren't really my like necessary. I don't know. Big Wheel.
Also,
Okay.
if we're just talking antagonists,
What's that one like streamer
J.
one
Jonah
that everyone
Jameson
hated from the first Spider-Man?
is
No, but
movie?
we're
technically
talking
an
villains.
antagonist.
We're talking villains.
Yeah.
He was
Jameson
he was in a spider bot and tried to kill Peter in the
I think
comics.
number one Spider-Man villain, like
Alistair Smythe.
number one Spider-Man villain. I mean, you guys already took the other two I was thinking, so
Well,
number-
what two were you thinking that we
I
took?
was thinking Fisk and Hobgoblin. But I guess if I'm not going to choose the same two as you, my number one has to be Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I mean, it's fucking
Yeah, that's
incredible.
kind of-
Man, that's some
I mean,
neat
yeah,
trick.
that's still.
Like that's so
the
good.
the
But
way
also-
he acts both, like
way
the way
he
he
portrays
acts
the character
Norman
so good.
and Green Goblin
That's-
as different characters is
Again, I
phenomenal.
love
Right.
the
No,
I love the one scene from
no.
No Way Home where he's just in the alley just talking.
Coward.
No.
If we're talking about a character,
Leave me alone.
a character that I'd like to see adapted, Mr.
Yeah.
Negative.
I was gonna say that too, yeah.
Ooh,
I
good
would
pull.
love
To be fair,
see
we do
him
have a
adapted
very
into
good.
movie.
We have a very good Mr. Negative, which is the.
Insomniac.
He's still the best villain in any. Actually, Doc Ock's really good in those games as well.
Yeah.
But Doc Ock and Mr. Negative being the first two villains of that first game was
I think-
fucking.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway,
Jack-
we
And
need to-
Kingpin.
need
We
to
should
wrap
have
this
talked
up.
about that
Jack-
game.
I already
The
picked
first one I
mine.
love.
Oh.
The second one I have issues
You
with, but I love the first
What's
Spider-Man
happening?
game.
No, so we all picked. So
Also, I'll put this in here just now. But we're not gonna rank it, but like I would put the storyline of the first Spider-Man game, the PS4 game.
Insomniac Spider-Man.
That would be higher than most of these.
yes, it'd be
Oh,
pretty.
well,
high.
I love. I have
All
very.
right.
I have a
Well,
lot of issues
if we
with
want to
two.
just, I can't do it, but
Nah,
if we want
no,
to just,
we're good.
no,
We've
we're
gone
good.
on
We gotta
long
wrap it
enough.
up.
okay, I guess they're deciding that you guys don't want to watch anymore.
It'd be
but
amazing.
to our final ranking, just to show it off real quick. Okay, top Spider-Man movie of all time, Into the Spider-Verse, followed very closely by Across the Spider-Verse. If they hold true, Beyond the Spider-Verse will probably go right here.
Honestly, maybe we'll
in
see.
some variety. Brand New Day is the best live-action Spider-Man movie.
According to us.
Spider-Man 2, according to the rankings.
I'm still not into it. I'm
Spider-Man
still,
2
I don't know
is
yet.
the only Toby that made it into Spectacular. Spider-Man, very close behind No Way Home. In the amazing tier, the only Tom Holland movie that made it this
I'm happy we
high,
got
not
Nolan
counting
out of
Brand
the
New
top
Day. I like how I keep saying that. I almost think of Brand New Day as like, I don't know. It doesn't equate. When I say Tom Holland movies, I don't
Yeah,
think of
because that's
Brand
what I
New
mean.
Day.
You're
It's just so
subconsciously already
good.
acknowledging
Yeah.
that it's so much better than those other
Ultimate tier, we for some ungodly
That it can't
reason we
even
have the
associate with
TASM
them.
movies here, which I think we can all agree they don't actually deserve to be in Ultimate.
Very
they
true.
absolutely do.
Very
no,
true.
no. You said you wanted them up here.
Well, okay, sorry. Then
I'm
No,
saying
no,
we
no.
we
We
all
have it
agree
on-
that they
We
shouldn't
have
be
it on
in the
video.
middle.
I think
Reagan
for
said they
our
should be in
rankings, this is
Ultimate.
perfect.
So TASMs, and then we have Homecoming, also in Ultimate, probably arguably carried by Vulture. Friendly Neighborhood, Spider-Man 3, very faulted movie, but it's fun.
Mainly memes.
Far From Home is here for some reason.
The worst
and then
non-racist
racist
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spiked.
Spider-Man Lotus is down here. It shouldn't really even need
on here.
mentioning.
It shouldn't be
but,
on
and
the
let's not forget,
racism is a no,
the,
kids.
the one that should be at the top is the 1970s Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh my god. All right.
So
Sign us
thank
out.
you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. The comments have been blowing up on YouTube. Twitch was Twitch.
Yeah,
blowing
we
up
had
at all?
we had good.
We actually had a person commenting on Twitch.
We appreciate
unheard
you,
of
Double
with
Trigger.
this channel.
TikTok got likes.
TikTok got likes. Not a lot of comments on TikTok, but it got a lot of likes. We really appreciate the support that these live streams have shown. We're hoping to get some short form content up from our previous live stream with our Star Wars
This
ships.
weekend, hopefully.
So please be on the lookout for those. Some of the best clips of that. Eventually,
a job,
clips from
unfortunately,
this
so.
will also go up on all of our platforms as short form content. The more support you guys show to this, the more topics, the more stuff we're going to do. We are going to do a MCU multiverse ranking eventually. We're going to watch Vision Quest first. We might even watch Doomsday first before we do that ranking, but that will be coming. There are 45 projects in the multiverse saga.
Jesus Christ. There's
So
no-
that
there's no
will
shot
be
there's 45.
that will be rough.
That's
but
not true.
there is, dog. I made it last night. The
How is there
PowerPoint has 44
Are you
slides.
breaking up seasons?
Yes.
Okay, that maybe makes sense. Then.
So the seasons are separate, so that does weight it.
Okay.
But they're still over 30 if you take the seasons away. So, anyways, that's coming. Other things, please be on the lookout for it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.